Hey, yo, it's your boy King EL coming live with a Skittles in my mouth. Pause on the Just Listen podcast. And it ain't the good kind of Skittles that come in the weed variety. It's these fucking fruity shits.
We should get a sponsor. If y'all want to sponsor, y'all want to have y'all shit popping, y'all want some advertisement, please send King EL some food, because clearly these high motherfuckers can't operate.
Yo, shout out to the plug, because the plug has some fire. So I'm kind of alright right now.
Oh, yeah, shout out to
The munchies like a motherfucker. I'm not going to hold you. But listen.
Yeah, shout out to 704 Edibles. We appreciate you.
Oh, they shout. Hold on, wait. Before we shout people out, we got to let them know who the fuck is here and where the fuck we at, man. We here live. Very special episode at VLP Studios in fucking Concord. Shout out to VLP Studios and JR. Got O in the building. Talk on a motherfucking Ave here with us.
Check out that podcast.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Diamond here.
Thank you for having me.
And the first lady of the Just Listen podcast, Syn here with us also.
Yeah, what they call it, Sister Soldier.
Sister fucking Soldier's here. She gonna defend the women. I'm gonna put this down on my dirty ass keyboard. That's what God gave us immune systems for. I don't give a fuck. But listen, man, what were we talking? I don't know what we was talking about before we came in this motherfucker. How y'all feeling, man? What up?
Skittles thinking you need the vaccine, motherfucker. This nigga need a vaccine.
Hold on. I was ear hustling. So when you came in, you said it was police driving behind you and you smoking when you came up here?
Yeah.
You was nervous?
Bruh, it's something happens in my neck and in my back.
To get real straight.
I was like, I told her, I feel like I'm in detention. I was like, I'm talking like this, like, Diamond don't move.
Yo, you know how back in the day it was like storming? Your grandma like, turn everything on, unplug everything.
Yeah.
It's lighting. So that's
how you get.
Turn the radio off, don't say shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I dropped my chips on the
That's
floor.
how you know.
She was like, drive straight. I'm like, I say the whole time, all the way up to this freaking street. And then she was like, that ain't no cop. I'm like, I'm trying to fuck around. It's a cop. She's like, I didn't believe it was a cop until it turned around. Like, she look at you locked the fuck up.
That's how you know what anxiety is. For anybody who don't know what anxiety is, that feeling you get when the police behind you, that's anxiety.
Yo, you only get like that. Like for me, I don't get like that if I know my license plate is expired. My license.
I get like that. I know everything
like,
behind.
Shit.
Everything
I hope.
you know,
Because I've been like, that's the only time I get like that.
I would
But if my
agree.
shit legit, no, I don't give a
Oh, you live a good life.
It takes time. That's a transition. Because when you drive 30 for
something
so
on me that's
long,
gonna incriminate me in some
there's
type
a
of way.
transition point where you still like kind of optimal, like, damn, did
Even
the
like
computer
Black in
system
America.
update yet?
If
Yeah.
my shit is legit,
It doesn't matter if it's legit. They gonna find
Because
something.
I know if I ain't speeding or whatever. But as soon as
That's
I start
I'm
getting
with you,
dirty
man.
tags,
Fuck all that bullshit.
that's when I get nervous.
Hey, Black America, or whoever the fuck is out there watching, don't believe.
I got it. I mean, that's
No,
all
and
you
how
need
they
right
say
there.
women
I had
get
lights
easier, we
off, like,
don't.
Don't believe none of that shit Omar talking. The police behind you, I'm scared every time whether my shit legit or not, because these niggas will make some shit up. You know how many niggas done got their head blown the fuck out and all they paperwork was legit? Man, listen, you crazy as hell. White people crazy, and I'm scared every time a white person next to me.
Speaking of, I got pulled over, right? For no reason. I was sitting at the light long, but I didn't feel like I had nowhere to go. So I was chilling at the light, and then I finally decided to go. Cop pulled me over, right? She goes, license, registration. All right, cool, here. You know what she said? Are you renting this car? Bitch, you got the paperwork in your hand. You know this is my fucking car.
Why she ask you that, though? Why she ask you that?
She's asking, she's like, are you renting this car?
Because you white.
She wait. That's what she would make soon. Like, there was nothing going on. She was like, well, have you smoked weed? Of course I'm gonna say no, bitch. What the fuck? Are you my bestie? So she said no. She was like, well, I pulled you over because you know you were sitting there for a while and you know you moved. So that's why she pulled me. I was like, well, yeah. You were sitting there too, bitch. We both at work. I got to Uber.
And you know how they always try to catch you?
The fuck?
The cops always try to catch you the way they ask you that question. They be like, what, would you smoke a little weed? Like, they always try to ask you like it's no big deal. Like, you just go like, yeah, I just had a little bit of weed.
Well, you
Like,
might surprise
get
me.
the fuck out of here, nigga.
Not today, but yeah, I smoke.
Nah, I ain't saying shit. Nah.
It's like first 48. They're trying to like trip you up. You know what I'm saying? Like see what you're going to.
They be like, where's the weed?
Yeah.
And one nigga was like, I don't know, I smoked it. Up, that's it.
But see, you gotta be careful with shit like that because now they got the fucking body cameras and shit, and then like that could be used against you in a court of law if they were to say some shit like, yeah, he said he smoked weed, he used to smoke weed, but I smoked the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but if they don't find nothing on you in the car or whatever, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
It doesn't matter. If they don't smell anything and they don't find nothing, not even a crumb or whatever.
You never got them
niggas
niggas take you down saying we need some blood right now?
Nah, yeah.
Because that happened to a
I ain't never
nigga.
seen that happen.
That happened to
What?
my bro, where this nigga was driving.
Vape.
No. This before vapes. This back in the day. The nigga was driving on Nassau Road, and the boys pulled the nigga over, and they was like, "Yo, da-da-da, where's the weed? This, that, third." They looking around for the clip. There wasn't no clip because he had already smoked the clip. So, it was like, "Would you smoke?" Da-da-da-da. He was like, "Man, I had a little bit last night." So then they took the nigga in right there on the spot. Bam.
What's the reason though? What's the charge?
DUI, driving under the
Oh,
influence.
okay, I got
They
you.
say you still high.
Yeah, they say he driving under the influence.
Yesterday though?
No, so when they got to
Have
the
you been high for
precinct,
24
he got to
hours?
give
I
a
have.
blood sample. They're gonna
That
test
shit's
his
true.
blood. If he refused the blood, he automatically charged with the
What's
DUI.
the initial reason why they stopped him though? Like, what's the cause?
They smell marijuana in the car.
I
Or
got you.
they stopped him because he a black man
Smell
driving. That's really why. Like, if you don't know about Nassau Road, which you probably don't, it's a street
From New
on
York.
Long Island.
Yeah.
You could just get stopped because you driving. It is what it is. It's like fucking Gestapo in the hood. Like young black man driving, he probably has no business driving because in New York, insurance rates is high as hell. So if you got a car in New York and you young, you probably paying like $400-500 for just liability. You feel me? So if you can afford that, you probably selling some shit is what they think.
Yeah.
So they pulling everybody over if you young and black in New York. So they just pulled the nigga over for whatever, and they might have smelled some weed in the car, but they took him for the DUI, and he got
took
charged
his
with the
blood.
shit and everything.
But you
Took his
ever
blood
get
at the
pulled over
precinct.
like with an
Yeah.
antagonizer, like Elton antagonizer? He'd be like huffing and puffing. I'm like, calm the fuck down. Calm.
I hate cops.
He like, you're saying like,
Yeah,
like
that's
you
me.
try to be
I be
cool
on
with
both
your shit.
sides
and
of that.
I hate
pastor
cops.
talking shit. Like, shut the fuck up.
I hate cops. It's the worst.
He's like, oh, he will argue with a cop. Like, bro, you going to jail, L. You going to jail.
Let me go on the record as saying there is no such thing as a good cop.
That's what he
I
believes.
can't say that. My cousin is a cop.
Your cousin.
See, yo,
In
he
Memphis,
don't
you know what I'm
give a
saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What-
So I'm not going to say
your
that.
cousin,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, no disrespect. You know when a nigga say no disrespect, they about to say such
hey,
disrespectful
cousin, if you looking
shit.
at this, I got your
Your
back.
cousin a piece of
Nah,
shit.
I ain't even gonna say that right there. You know what I mean? Not for all.
I mean,
But we appreciate the moment.
I'm gonna tell you
choose
why I
to
say
right.
that though.
All right,
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm listening.
I believe that there's good people who are cops.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I think by definition of the role and what they're paid to do,
but what they gotta do?
they are paid to legitimately, they're basically bill collectors with a badge. They're paid to find the citizens, collect money for whoever you work for, whatever municipality you work for, by charging the money from the citizens. That's what their job is, basically. They don't solve crimes. They look for fucking crimes and then charge you if you are doing a crime called speeding. They ain't fucking hurt nobody.
Not all cops like that. So you got detectives, you got regular beat cops,
I
you
be
got
90% of cops ain't
canine
detectives
units, you know what
though.
I'm saying? I mean,
99% of them ain't
agree with
that.
you, but we went to adopt a dog, right? And
Adopt a what?
A dog. And the Humane Society was, teaching us basically how to train a dog. And it was like the one thing you do not want to do is train your dog the way police train their dogs. So that's automatically say that a police dog ain't shit. So a definition is the damn officer can't be shit if the fucking dog can't be shit. They absolutely will not do it as far as the military or a police dog. They do not recommend any of those trainings. That means those trainings aren't for everyday people. Okay, so there's something
100%, I
fucking
agree with that.
psychologically
Think
wrong
about what
with
they
this
do
shit
all
if
day.
you can't train
because
the
a
dog that
canine
way.
for a canine unit is trained.
That's a bum-ass
to sniff out
job.
drugs or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's the
and
treatment.
act on like demand. You know what I'm saying? So it's a word they know. Whatever they signal, the dog's gonna attack. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever.
They get paid.
There's a
Right.
training, and a part
Right.
of the training is about breaking the psyche of the person and retraining them how to think. And I
They
think that
get
same
paid.
shit happens to police. You could start
I'm
off
saying
good,
them-
but once you
them-
get into
them
that
dogs
realm and
fucking
that training, that
people up.
society,
Hell
you start
yeah.
to break your
I know
mentality, start to
somebody who
think
got
different.
fucked
Because they
You
train
ever
them
have
just like they train.
You have a brother as a CEO. You ever have a conversation with the motherfuckers? You be like,
Well, see, CEO is a little bit different to me. Yo, you're in prison with these dudes, so like they see a whole different side, so that's a little bit different
They
than a
still be doing
regular
shit.
street cop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's totally different. You know what
I don't
I mean?
see
They
no
got
difference.
way
Fuck none
worse-
of 'em.
They got way
Just
worse.
They
than-
all work a part of the big system, so I don't see no difference.
It's
Fuck
all
all them
one
niggas.
plan. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's all one
Yeah,
plan.
nah.
And at the end of the day, they all gotta follow one order or be disgraced or
Yeah,
kicked
they
to
all
the
gang
side.
gang.
You gotta
Think
do
about what they get paid to
Yeah,
do.
they
That's
all
what I'm
gang.
saying. Like,
Regardless.
no,
There's
they
levels to
niggas,
this
they
shit.
bully the city,
They
they
at
bully
the
their
bottom.
citizens
Right.
and shake them down for money.
I personally believe that you got some cops who goes to academy, like police academy or whatever. Their intentions are good, Then once they graduate and once they get into wherever their job is, over time they pick up bad habits, bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? Catch attitudes.
And some people
whatever.
start off wrong. Now,
You know what I'm saying?
it's a
And I
small
was gonna go
portion.
to that. So I
That
think
part.
it's half and
Start
half. Me personally, I think it's half and half. I mean, I've seen a lot of bad cops. I ain't defending them.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I've
they
been
don't even
pulled.
know
I've
the
been
law.
pulled by plenty
They don't even know
bad
the law.
cops. You know
These
what I mean?
niggas be
Full of
sitting-
sentence. Like you think about
Bum
the
ass
law
job.
itself, like a lawyer, right? They go to school for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Fucking academy, what, 6 months? I don't know fucking law 6 months.
Exactly.
No fucking way.
I would take a lawyer
way. You know
8
what
years to learn the
Let's
law,
keep it 100.
but you could enforce the same law in 6
That
months.
makes sense. I never-
It's a
I never-
fuck
I
ass
never
job,
said that.
man.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
police. I thought police
It's
academy
not-
maybe
they're
like
not
a
really
year.
trained
I
to
don't
Hell
know
know
no.
the law.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Y'all know 100%? That's
Them
6
niggas is
months?
security guards. It's a bum ass job. They get paid.
You used to
They
have to
mad
have a,
because they
a
get
degree. Now you
$30,000 a year, and they be pulling people over that make more money than them, and they mad. They mad because all they do is sit there all day with a fucking
Yo,
speed
by
gun
hindsight,
catching
do you
people
know,
for
like, teachers get paid
$30,000
that
a
much
year.
too, though. And they be in there with your badass kids every day. They
Listen.
get paid that
Get
much
paid
too.
shit.
Exactly.
Teachers don't get paid
I think
shit.
teachers should be paid more.
Trash ass job. That's
But-
the most like trash.
That's
you know
a
how
bum ass.
depressing
That's
you
a
have to
bum ass
be?
job.
I wish the
100%.
fuck I would.
Because
Yeah.
me personally, I don't have the patience. Like, you have to be high school, but even that, I don't have the patience to sit in there and listen
Fuck
to
the
kids catch
cops.
an attitude with me. I'm smacking.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have a patience. It takes
How's
a
your
person.
kids? How's your
mentally. I'm just being honest with you.
How's your kids?
Because these kids today is on a different level than
These
how I
kids
was
today
coming
are
up.
products of the parents today.
Yeah, trash.
Y'all
wouldn't say
wild out.
all kids.
Yeah,
Y'all wild boys, wild girls.
wouldn't say all
Y'all
kids.
kids.
parents is wild the fuck out.
Man.
I think the internet raises the kids more than the parents.
That's because the parents let them.
Ah, listen.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
let
But
it.
what-
I think the
Cause not-
internet.
What kids are we
raises
talking
parents
about?
as
Because
well.
when I was coming up, I didn't
Time
have
out.
YouTube
Yes.
and all that other stuff
Yes.
right there.
What
But
kids
now-
are we talking about though?
Whose kids we talking about?
Which kids? Because
This
the
generation.
internet kids, we ain't seen what they gonna be yet. The kids that's wilding out are not the internet kids.
Those ones
They
that got raised by the
2000s.
parents.
That's why I
They
said
Right?
the
We
parents
got-
that's wild
They
the fuck
born
out.
in
It's
2000,
us.
so-
Us.
But the 2000s, but think about the
All
two.
them
Let's really
niggas.
think about the 2000s. In 03, right?
Alright.
So 03, I remember the shit. That's the year I graduated. The internet wasn't around like that.
It was there. 'Cause
It was
I
around,
graduated
but not
in
like that. It
97,
wasn't
and
in
internet
every
was popping,
household
like,
yet,
I mean,
and
it was-
especially
it
not
was
in the
just
hood.
around, you know what I mean?
So these kids is wilding out. It's, in my opinion, is not the fucking kids that was raised by the internet. Nah, these is just the way these
what's the
niggas
age
came
line
out.
you
I think
kids
the
are
The
wild?
internet kids is like
Right now.
2010 and better. That's
want-
internet kids. Like they 8 years old. The internet kids. They're not old kids to me.
I think the kids that are wilding out are the kids that want baking soda and their parents.
That part too, nigga. Yeah. Fuck
The
yeah.
product of baking soda.
Yeah,
and
the
shit.
crack babies is out there, and the crack babies babies.
Facts.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
that's
80s is
exactly
a
what
crack
it
baby.
is.
You know what I'm
Wild the
saying?
fuck
So,
out. And that's
like
who we
the
are.
late 90s and 2000.
90,
everything's-
crack was still popping in the 90s too.
Yeah. So that was a
Right.
That's when you get your money. That's, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no drug that's making no money from crack these days. Not like it used to be in the 80s.
In the
and
90s, they
you know what I'm
was
saying?
though. Early 2000s,
I don't know
niggas
what y'all
was.
talking
Shit, you
about.
crazy as
Everything's
hell.
like
nigga.
perks, mollies, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's pills now, man.
yeah, it's
It's all
definitely
about
pills.
the pills.
Is that some
Pills,
shit?
pills.
Anything to undercut the black man.
I agree. Man. Everything's about undercutting the black. This whole world's about
Facts.
undercutting the black
As soon as we
man.
learned the baking
If
soda
you really,
shit, they
if you
started
really
with
narrow
pills.
this world down,
That's
but
because
we ain't got to get too
we-
I
political.
got something for
Talk
them.
about
I'll
white
go
people,
in the fucking
School
lab.
systems made by white people.
Everything in America is made by white people,
That's
except for creative shit. But like the systems are created by white people, so that's what fucks us up.
Yeah, I like how you just put that. Like, black people was basically we the creative ones. I never thought about. I mean, I always
Yeah.
knew, but I like
Yeah.
how you put that right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's 100% true.
That's what they keep us
So they
around
take the
for.
culture. They take our culture and make it into their areas or whatever. You know?
America, we born as fuck. America would be like fucking a bunch of pilgrims if it wasn't for black people. Like of us adding our own flair to this shit. This shit. Imagine how
right.
boring this shit would be.
Exactly. That's why
Swag.
twerking is a healing dance.
Man, listen.
Twerk you back to the twerking again.
Just saying.
So when you twerk, what does that make you feel like? What's your spirit feel like?
It's a confidence booster. There's endorphins. There's a mental endorphins that release in your body when you do it.
So
Listen,
yo,
fucking is a
That's
part
it.
of life.
I asked you
Everything.
earlier, what makes you twerk like this random? Like you ain't gotta have no music. I see women twerk all the time with no music, no nothing, just random
A
on the
good
spot.
mood.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
just feel like
celebration.
it.
808s.
Yeah.
You celebrate.
808s.
You know what I'm saying?
808s.
You got
Birthday
a
dance.
promotion. You got a promotion.
yeah.
Okay, it don't matter. It's a
808s will
celebration.
make a bitch shake her ass. Period.
What?
Kanye, not even Kanye, it's really before Kanye.
Yeah.
Juicy J. You can go back to motherfucking Luke, Uncle Luke. 808s make a bitch shake their ass. It's just that simple.
808s? What is
It's a
that?
drum.
It's a sound.
Yeah.
It's a bass. It's a fucking sound.
producers,
All right, make you
Okay.
shake your ass.
That's what can, okay, but that's
Because
always
it
been
hits
the
a certain
connection
string.
between the dancer and the instrument. What's the drum?
You gotta-
Go back to Africa. That's all it was for the most part.
Yeah,
You think they was twerking in
Yeah.
Africa back then?
It came
Yes.
from it.
Well, you watch
Yes,
African
they
They
dance
didn't call it
now, they
twerking though
twerking.
because it was a natural way of life.
I
It's
know
something different
twerking
here.
started
Listen,
from
I hate to break it to
Louisiana,
you.
like New Orleans.
I
Like,
hate
originally,
to break it
originally,
to you.
that's where it started from.
But like your grandma,
They was
grandma,
twerking in
grandma,
Africa.
grandma,
I'm just gonna
grandma,
put it out there.
grandma,
She was twerking.
all your grandmas
They
was
twerk.
twerking.
I seen African
They
dance.
called
That
it
shit is
gyrating
twerking.
back then.
That shit they be doing. That shit is twerking, my nigga.
it.
Like, I seen it, my nigga.
Fucking chicken, all
It's
that
twerking.
shit.
So it's
Yeah,
natural.
absolutely.
It's natural for us to do what we do. We just can't let white people criticize us and tell us that what
And
we're doing
demonize
is
what our
wrong.
culture is.
Well,
Absolutely.
you know, the white girls, the white women, whatever, they twerk too. You know what I'm saying?
So
they
then
took that-
But they had to learn though.
why do we shame our black women for saying, well, how you expect somebody to respect you if you twerking on the internet? Why can't she twerk on the internet and get respect? I never understood that about black people, where they assume you should get a certain level of respect because you do a certain thing.
But even you know
That's
what's so
crazy to me.
even
That's
your
white people
demeanor,
shit.
Like your physical demeanor, because you know 98% of communication is physical. It changed when you said white girls is twerking versus what makes you twerk as a black girl.
Oh, you like white
No,
girls?
no, no, no.
You like white girls?
Liked it,
Wait,
but
wait.
his
No, I'm asking
body
a
was
question.
almost more
I don't
relaxed when
discriminate.
he said it,
I'm
as far
saying-
as it was more
Well,
acceptable.
I was going back to the reason why I said that. Is
he
because
likes
everything our culture is stolen. So they take what we take.
Hold on a second.
You know what I'm saying? And make it and do their own thing. So when you go to Instagram and you watch their videos or whatever, I see a lot of white girls, white women twerking too.
But how does it make you feel? Like, is it more acceptable when they
It don't make
twerk
me feel nothing. It's just like that's the culture we in right now. I just feel like
subconsciously? Like, you gotta tap into your subconscious to feel. How does it make you feel when you see
I see
someone
it
of your
too.
skin?
I see
you
it too.
saw
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So as a
Someone
black
of your
woman,
It can't let it out.
So as a black
Let
woman,
it
you feel some
out.
type of way when,
It's
you,
okay.
when you see something like that.
You do.
No,
you,
I
you,
don't.
I'm asking you. I'm asking y'all.
No,
Y'all
no,
black
I
women.
don't. But I think that men and black men, especially, their perception of things that are done by white women versus a black woman can be very different. It could be the same thing. Like I said, it's our culture.
Right.
But when
Wow.
they did it, it made you more relaxed, more accepted.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's
became
degrading
like
for us.
almost like you could ration with it. It made sense at that point. Versus we were very.
Nah, you think
Now
you
it's
think
normal
black men think
or
like that?
something. Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
I think you think like that. I think you think like that.
I saw a video this morning because I scrolled on Instagram. I saw a white girl twerking, but it didn't make me feel anything. Like, oh, I never really thought about it like that.
Right. It's just
So
like,
do you
oh.
feel as a black woman, you was out in the club or a lounge or whatever, and you had a white girl and then she just started twerking, and you see a bunch of black dudes, oh, get it, or whatever, start throwing dollar bills, whatever, you gonna feel some type of way?
No.
No?
I would probably throw $1 too, because you can't
She having fun.
demonize what we created.
Right.
You
Right.
understand? So it's still us. You can dance all you want. It's
long as
still
you can
our
do it.
shit.
Is it dope
You know
or
what I'm saying?
not? If it's dope, then why the fuck we mad at somebody else doing
That's
it?
what I said. I don't discriminate.
Right.
Like if it's dope, it's just dope.
I feel the same way about the word nigga though, but that's just me.
That's a different thing.
You know what's so crazy?
That's a different thing to me.
If it's dope, it's
I
dope.
honestly don't like using that word. That's just me.
Rap
personally.
sound better
know
when
what
you
I'm
say
saying?
nigga.
You know
I be
what's so
trying to write
crazy?
rap without nigga and it don't sound right.
This
When I put
lady-
nigga in it, it's popping.
So why you don't think it sound right?
Because it don't.
Give
It's
me-
corny.
Give me a bar. Let me see.
Listen, man, I can give you
No,
any
give me a
bar.
bar. Give me a bar to use a nigga. And
Okay.
then we're gonna use it without it. Let me see.
I give you a bar that I gotta end the shit with nigga. Nigga.
All right, so
I pull a trigger. Nigga. Shit sound better with nigga.
So, but like use it.
Yeah, like,
use it.
Listen,
Hey,
I don't
like,
know.
you
I
got
can't
me
give you
fucked
any
up.
bar particularly. But if you a rapper, every rapper know what the fuck I'm talking
'Cause
about.
that's a
Shit
hard
sound
word.
better
That's a
with the
hard
word
word.
nigga.
That's all. But
No,
we're
because
trying
it's
to think like
English.
that.
No, listen what I'm saying. It's English. It's the way I talk. I say nigga when I talk.
Yeah, we used to that though. That's what I'm saying.
So then you can't
So why
condemn
get
someone.
Mad? So why get mad when a white dude say nigga? Then?
I don't.
So you ain't never been mad.
It
I'm honest.
depends.
If I hear a white dude say
It
that shit, I'm
depends on
mad.
what fabric he come from, and you can tell his fabric by looking at him. If his fabric, I got a friend that grew up in the same hood as me. He's a
Right.
white guy. He's a Polish guy. All his life, we've been calling him nigga. Yo, what up, nigga? Yo, what up,
But
nigga?
you make it comfortable and acceptable
Wait,
for him. 'Cause if he
all
goes
his,
somewhere else-
you gotta understand
y'all grew
something.
up the same way.
All his life, he ain't just moved to the block. The nigga lived on the block the whole
I
time.
understand that.
So if you come from the cloth, you can tell by the way a nigga say it
So if he
that
go,
you alright.
but if he move,
But if you like,
if he move away
hey,
from Staten
nigga,
Island,
you're not from this cloth.
yo,
you can't say it. You
yo, but-
imitate it.
true.
It's
Hold
not
on,
real.
hold on.
Let me say that. That's
Hold
not
on. So if he move away from Long Island you know what I'm saying, go to DC or wherever, and he think it's cool because he grew up with y'all, it's acceptable to say it. Then he gets jumped and beat up because he said that fucking word.
If he grew up in the hood, he'd be smart enough to play the block the way that block need to be played.
But
You
now a
can't
lot of
play
people
one
smart
block like
that.
every
They
block.
think it's like, my
Then he
friend
ain't
is
from the
like-
cloth. Any nigga from the cloth know that I can't you play this block like this block. I don't got the same respect on this block. I can't do that.
So if Tom comes up to you,
I can wear red
so
here,
look,
but I
look,
can't go to that street and wear red.
If Tom come up to you like, yo, what's up, my nigga? How you gonna feel?
If who?
A Poindexter looking nigga. Hey, what's up, L? What's up, my nigga? He said that to you. How you gonna feel?
He not from the cloth.
Yeah,
We
so
gotta
how
have a
you gonna feel?
conversation.
It can't be like both ways. It gotta be
It's
one
got
way.
no, it
You know
is
what I'm
both
saying?
ways because if one way is whether it's the intent to me. Is your intent to disrespect me? Is your intent to mock me? Is your intent to communicate with me? And if your intent is to communicate, I don't have a problem with that. But if you mocking me, disrespecting me, then I'm gonna treat you like you mocking me or disrespecting me.
That's for any word.
And I'm gonna play that, and that's with
Very
anything.
accurate.
So how
It's
do
with
y'all
any
feel about
fucking
that?
word.
How you feel about that?
I feel what word nigger. I feel I think we talked about that too on the podcast
Yeah.
a few episodes ago, like driving. I get a lot of
Most
things
people ain't from
about
the
Uber.
cloth though.
Recently driving Uber, this girl, she's a truck driver, female truck driver, and she's experienced so much discrimination, both in sexism. And one of the girls that she trained her was a white woman, and she would fuck like, random black
fucking
girls
cream.
and stop and shit. They're truck drivers, so every state shit, they meet somebody in the Walmart, come to the car. So she used to ask her, like, I like black guys. What do I do? What do they like? So she's like, So she didn't
asked
like
him-
her. She asked the black girl,
Yo,
what do
that's
the black
funny.
girls, what do the black guys like? So the black girl, she was like, she treated her, but mind you, she was very racist, the lady, but she still wanted the black dick. That's what I'm saying. Fucking a black nigga don't mean shit.
They watch porn.
When behind the scenes, it don't mean nothing. They could work with you, they could fucking pay you, they could fuck you. It don't mean nothing. Yeah. They're
think
just
Master
like a
wasn't
fucking
racist?
Dog.
Master
But-
had mad mixed kids was racist
Right,
as
so
fuck.
she was racist. She felt like all black people were on welfare, yada, yada, yada. She was a Trump supporter to the fullest, etc. She treated the girl like shit. So, in
I know a bitch
revenge,
like
the
that.
girl told her, well, they like when you say the word nigga. You calling me a little nigga.
She about to get punched in the
When
face.
I tell you the bitch did it, she fucking did it. She played in the hair, and she was like, hey, you my little nigga, I love you. But you know what? Niggas still got that pussy. Ain't that some shit? But I think...
That shit worked.
I mean, yeah.
That's crazy. I just slapped that bitch
But
in
that's
the
what I'm
face.
saying when he says when you cross the line as far as what's acceptable in race, there's something like the person you sleep with call you my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I guess
Nah, I
it
ain't
depends
with
on what
that.
you want out of it.
Right. Like
So how do you-
in
how do you
his
feel?
mind, he
How
thinks
do
you
you
don't
feel?
mean no.
How do you feel?
No
About the word?
harm.
No, like if the word and if a white person say nigga.
Are they talking to me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they're not really
So
talking
like
to me, I
say
don't
something like he
care.
said, point example, somebody you grew up with, you know what I'm saying, white dude, he grew up with you, or white girl who grew up with you, you know what I'm saying, she think it's cool because she part of that class, she part of that block, she part of that culture, or whatever, and she like, yo, what's up, yo, my nigga, what's going on? Oh man, that nigga ain't shit down
Especially
there,
when
you know
they
what I'm saying?
get black dick,
So
they
how
feel
would you
like-
feel if she responds to you like
It
that?
would depend on which way they were coming out with it,
Her
but you know, the way I would react to it, I don't feel would be the correct way to react to it.
Oh,
but to
shit.
be honest, I ain't really with the shit like that. Like, you're not gonna
Yeah.
talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool like that. But anybody who knows me would know that anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't even allow my kids to say it. You know, they get slapped
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't,
mouth.
yeah.
And if I slap them in the mouth, why wouldn't I slap you in the mouth? You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
shit.
So for me, like I grew up using it because around my neighborhood, how I was raised, all my friends did it. So
Right.
it's just like a culture thing. But as I got older, you know what I'm saying, and got my intellect on some things, it's just like,
It's
yo,
degrading.
I can't be using this word, and I have a problem with another race using this word. Regardless if people want to say, oh, it's adornment, it's love, whatever.
not gonna do that.
I'm just not going to accept that. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I'm not going to fault nobody else for it's like, yo, this is what you do or whatever. But I'm not gonna allow my kids or whatever to use that word. You know what I'm saying? Because yo, we often get mad anytime we hear a different race
fake
use
to
that
me.
word.
For me, it's very different, and the reason why I would say it's very different. I was
shit
raised
over
by
there.
my grandparents, so my grandmother and my
don't
grandfather, they both have like 4th grade, 3rd grade education. They worked and cleaned white people's homes. My grandma has picked cotton, and she grew up in Alabama. So, and I've seen her say nigger. So it's very. I don't know how to stand for it. Because there were people, you think about it back, not just now, there were people very new and very fresh out of slavery or in slavery that
Right.
used the word. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they who experienced
You know
the
what
word
I hate?
nigga, and they wouldn't say they never felt as intense as we did, they would say it amongst themselves.
I'll tell you what I hate.
So I don't know. I really don't know.
I hate that like black people try
It's
to
all about
erase
intent for me.
history. Like I get it. I get that our history goes back thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. But you can't erase the most recent aspects of our history that just happened to us, which is slavery and post-slavery.
Right.
So if we adopted certain shit from that, don't try to erase it because it's in our DNA. It's in our DNA to say the word nigga. It feel good to me. I swear to God, it feel good.
Okay, boom. I got something to say about it. No.
It's in our DNA. It's written in there. It happened.
That word wasn't used in Africa before we came over here. That was a word that was given to us when we came over here.
But the same thing as African Americans, the word black and the word color, there's still a mental slavery.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Everybody
It happened.
It's a mental slavery
Listen,
right now. Go
you can
by it.
you can
Because they're not
say.
calling you nigger, they call you African American, but they saying the same thing.
So then let me ask you this.
Person.
This is what I always ask people, right?
All right.
What is the detriment? What is it? How is it harmful to you or to black people as a whole if people say the word nigga?
It's not harmful, but it's harmful when black people, per se, don't know their history. And yes, it goes back to slavery, but do you care to know how we got into slavery?
Yeah, I
And
do
you
know.
care
I
to-
can tell you exactly how, and I'm still gonna say it.
In today's society, there's black people who are not aware of slavery or racism. We have plenty of movies,
Everybody
documentaries. It's in history books. They teach it in school.
I mean, the problem
But these
with
are
black
the
do you
people-
books
think
that
that they're-
people
What?
wrote, though.
Right, but do you think that they think that slavery never existed? I think
No,
that-
so, well, I'm
They
confused.
just don't know what aspect or like how it all came to. I feel like slavery was written and told in a way from what they wanted us to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, for all
Slavery been around. Slavery been around since the beginning of time. Every race has been in
It's in
slavery.
Africa.
But
It's
we
in Africa right now.
we didn't have
Yes.
every, but we didn't have it
Sorry.
worse than any race out there for a slave. So my thing is, you got a bunch of Europeans that come to Africa, to this continent. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they kidnapping us. Even the kings and queens over there set us up to get kidnapped.
But it's happening
So
right
what
now.
my
I think
point
we call
is,
it human
but my point
trafficking.
is,
It wasn't even
and none of them
kidnapping,
over there were
they
using the
set
word
us
nigga.
up
You know
for
what I'm
it,
saying?
they sold us.
None of them was using the word nigga. That word
So what?
wasn't given to us when we came. So we adapted to that culture. Is my point.
So what?
And so we think it's comfortable. That's our mind.
So
mental
what?
thing. I mean, that's your opinion. But I'm just saying, like.
That's
we
my
can't-
whole
But
point.
yeah,
This
yeah.
whole
But
shit is
you-
so
you-
what?
Yeah, it still
What
is
I'm saying
also
is,
after all of that.
my point
you
is,
say
we
what
can't
you
get
want.
mad when we hear other races use the word nigga.
I don't
That's
get
why-
mad.
No, you
It's
said
my
it, but
point.
I'm
So
saying,
what?
I talk to the other people out there.
It's a
they
fucking
ready,
word,
They ready
man.
to set off. They ready to get off. Like,
Listen,
who
man.
you talking to?
I don't
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, so
If
that's
it's
my
not,
whole
as
thing.
long as it's not
Because I
direct.
You gotta
think
understand
the
something, right?
vocabulary that a person uses speaks more of the person versus you. It doesn't speak for you. It speaks of the person.
What-
So if a person is using that word and they're using it in a derogatory
Whether
that
you-
just means that they're racist. It doesn't mean that you're a nigga. They're fucking racist. Well, it doesn't mean whatever their intent is. It just
Whether
means
you
that
say the
that's
fucking
that
word
type
or
of
not,
person
white people still gonna look at you like you a nigga. It doesn't matter.
want them to say?
Your
If they'll
skin
pick-
makes
if
you
they'll pick a word,
nigga.
yeah,
So
but another
niggas
word.
be trying.
Horse monkey?
I don't say that word. I'm beyond that word. Guess what?
Uppity nigga?
When you get
What the fuck
around
you
the
want?
white folk, you still a nigga. It don't matter.
I mean, 100%.
A billionaire Oprah couldn't get in.
Yeah,
She was
100%.
still a
Like I
nigga.
said,
It didn't make a
I grew up-
difference.
I grew up in the hood, so therefore,
That's some shit.
I grew up in a culture. That's what we say. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when I got older, it was just like, I
Yeah.
realized for me,
Man.
like I'm not
It's
going
not
to
a way
use
that I
this.
wanna speak.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to use this word no more.
Y'all niggas is
And
being
that's-
bougie.
And that's fine, yeah.
That's what
And
it is.
Yeah, I think bougie.
Niggas get a little money. Niggas get a 9 to 5, got a little bread going. And niggas want to abandon the word nigga all of a sudden. They want to
They
teach
wanna
their kids some
converse.
different
They don't wanna
shit.
conversate.
Want to get along with white folk. That's what the fuck it is.
But you
Niggas
know
try
what's
to get
so
along with white
crazy? And
folk.
I said
Fuck
that
white. I
too.
be trying. Hold on, wait a
People-
second.
I mean, it's a
I've
lot
been
of things
drinking.
I teach my kids not to say that I still say. I ain't gonna lie. I'll say, but I don't walk around
But you
like,
know
yo,
what's so
nigga. No, I don't
Defend,
want my voice
the
saying
American
no.
language to the T, like the whole grammar and everything, and it's not your fucking language. Relax. It's not yours. It's not ours. Not our original dialect.
Okay,
It's not ours.
boom.
We're
This is a
defending
perfect
shit.
example. Like my daughter, she's mixed. You know, like I think that was
What's
the
she-
whole
what's she-
reason.
what's she-
I've been meaning
Her
to
dad's
ask you.
white.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
she
Her dad's white.
she a
Wowzers.
half-breed.
His dad's Indian. Okay. so listen.
shit.
So
You
for
done
You
that
done
to
tasted
occur,
the whole
that's
rainbow.
how-
No wonder you like Skittles. Shit, the white Indian with what's
So
up? What's
what?
Joe?
I'm
Oh,
not
then you
darker,
just finally got a
I'm not
nigga.
darker.
Okay, got you. Got darker.
Yes, you can't tell.
I fuck with it.
Okay, so yeah, you learn lessons.
All right, got you. Now, what was you going to? You saying something about,
so my daughter,
about Ellie.
She was like 2, she went to her dad's house, whatever. So he thought it was cute. He said, Ellie, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, what's up, my nigga? I was like, oh, y'all bitch, y'all got me fucked up.
That's what your daughter said?
Yeah,
the
but her
dad
daddy
said
was teaching her to say that because it was okay. And
And he's white. He's
yeah,
white.
he used to teach the other little Indian kids saying I didn't care because it wasn't my kids, it wasn't my business. I was young. But when I became, it
Oh,
was
he
like
wanted
I
them
knew
kinda
that my
white
daughter
boys.
could not go. Like Ellie, if y'all knew Ellie when she was a baby, she had no pigmentation. So she looked as if she had a white mom and a white dad. She looked white. So it was like, no, you can't. You're not finna walk up to nobody else, Because in her head, she thinks, if I say you're black and you're white, she's not looking at her skin tone. She knows black and white. So if you say you're black,
She like
she
Mariah
think you're
Carey.
me. And if you're white, you look like me. Because she was like, Mommy, I want to play with that little white girl over there. And I was like, who's the little white girl? This girl's pitch black. You know what I'm saying? So she was confused with which one was which. So, it's like she can't just be like, yo,
that's crazy.
what's up, my nigga? Like, no, you're not going to say that to me either, And I said that. And I told him that, I had to break that.
So you had one of
Right,
those
but he
white
thought it was
boys.
comfortable for his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And
No,
it's-
listen.
Right,
Hold on,
but he
what is-
thought it
what
was
is this?
comfortable.
What-
That's a
what-
good
one of
point.
those?
Like, deep down, because
What is
his
that?
best
What's
for all
that
white
movie? I'm
people
trying to
are
think of that
racist.
movie.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like,
But do you think that he meant, but using that word, right?
He's
a father
racist, I feel
saying
like.
it to his daughter and like,
He's
hey, what's up? Do you
racist.
really think that he felt that?
You linked up with him?
no. Okay, so I was like 16. I was in a group home. I was trying to run away from the group home.
I know a
He
white
helped
guy
with my
like that.
escape. You know what I'm saying? That's how it all happened. But, yeah, I was young. And, you can be young and naive, and
But do you
Can
really
be.
think that he had ill intent when he was talking to his
Yes.
daughter about it?
I mean,
Right?
I knew he was racist before we had a child.
But do you think
so.
do you think that he was saying like do you really
I
think
knew
that
he was
that's
racist
his
still
daughter?
fucking
I was
up.
a runaway,
Your
okay? I was
child.
like 17.
And
I
your
had
daughter's
18,
mixed.
so
You know that that's
So
a black
hold
it
on.
was, it was,
That's a
it
good
was
question.
a delicate
So
situation.
what type of father is he?
Well, now he's a good father. He's a Jewish
But you
nice,
still
at
think
the
he,
end of the day,
but you think he's racist?
yeah.
So you think he's cool? Like I gotta mix.
But everybody's
kids.
racist to a certain
he
extent,
is racist, though. He
though.
would get drunk and he would just, oh, you stupid black bitch, you nigger, you nigger. He would try to like
That don't make him
provoke shit and
racist.
I don't give a
That
fuck.
That means that
Talking
he
shit.
knows that that's a button he
I
can
don't
push
care.
that get a reaction.
But it wasn't getting no reaction.
He's drunk talking
about
shit.
it,
That don't
you
make him
know?
But then you
racist.
know what? There's a lot of racist guys that have daughters of black. Never mind.
I know a guy
I don't care. It's
personally.
not
racist
Wait,
at
wait,
the
wait. Let
goddamn
me get this
time.
off.
Y'all
I
not
know a
finna
guy
tell me.
personally that is white and is racist, but he only likes black women.
I'm saying this is the
He doesn't
same.
fuck with nobody
He
else.
is racist.
That's right.
No fuck. He's
Exactly.
racist.
So it's kind of like a dominant.
So he
but
only
it's
fucks black
dominate-
women.
He wants to dominate a black woman.
Basically.
So it's not that he likes black women. He just likes to dominate.
He wants to
a-
feel more
you know what I'm saying?
control
More
of
power.
a-
You
yeah.
gotta look at
I
the
don't
mental.
know.
No,
behind
this is
the
what he
scenes.
said. I'm gonna tell you
the
what he
lady-
said.
Yeah.
I can tell you his words. His words very, very specifically is he goes, "Well, I like the way that they look. I like their curves. Da da da. This, that, and the third. Blah blah blah. But I would never marry one. I would never have kids with one. But if I'm gonna have sex, I'm gonna have sex with a black woman." He goes,
It's domination. Like you
So-
want to dominate the black woman.
he just knows that it looks better.
Right.
100%.
feel what I'm saying?
100%.
And the lady
But
like that
he's
too.
still
She's like-
racist as
She's
fuck.
racist, but she fucks black guys.
Yeah, they
You know what
do.
I'm saying?
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's
But
what I'm
I
saying.
just-
Massa was
I- I-
And they
racist
talk
too.
about it
I
over
go
tea
deeper
with their
into it 'cause
friends.
It seems like he just wants to dominate a black woman.
That's
You know
possible.
what I'm saying?
That's why it'd be hard for me to
as
watch
he-
that
part
kind
of
of porn.
as he
racism.
having sex with her,
Domination
you're
is a
gonna
part
take
of
this white.
racism.
You're gonna take this white, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? He just wants to dominate it. Like you know what I mean? Whatever. So
I mean, they've been doing that since back in the day, right?
Yo,
Now
I'm
it's
gonna
just
tell you the
with
wild
permission.
shit. Speaking on the topic, and listen, on Just Hustle podcast, we get raunchy sometimes. But speaking of,
Raunchy.
I was watching porn and I was searching for some shit or whatever, and every time like a white guy on like a black woman come up, that shit fucks me up. I can't watch that shit. It
Yeah.
like freaks me. Like I don't want to see this shit or whatever. But if it's the other way around,
you want to see all. You want to see all black.
man,
All
at least the guy gotta be
No,
black to
the
me.
guy just gotta be black.
Because the guy gotta be black. That's the
Okay,
thing
with
for
the
me.
girl.
Like I can't watch it the other way around any fucking
As long as
more.
the black guys don't.
But the question I wanted to ask, man, because somebody asked this, when do you let your freak out? When you out there and you dating,
Yeah.
right? You know how freaky you could be, but you know everybody may not be into how much freak you might be into, but you don't know if
Or
a
that you
motherfucker
wanna even
is.
be into. You know what I'm
right?
saying? Some shit you
so
ain't
like,
even
how do you
thought
know
of
when
yet.
it's okay to let all the fucking freak out?
That's a good question. Current situation. I would like to know. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
I say this. So you meet somebody. I feel like you might have a conversation briefly. You know what I'm saying? So you gradually depending on the person.
Is it a
each
conversation?
time or whatever you do intimate with that person. You
How often do you have a conversation before sex? Like how
I mean, it
often do you
depends on the
say,
person.
listen,
Sometimes it could be the
before
first
we do
date.
this, let
No.
me-
Nah.
Like I'm saying, like no. So
liability waiver.
I give you a prime example. Right?
Don't ask me to eat my ass. Just do it.
Yo, you gotta relax.
If you ask me, it's awkward.
You gotta
You
relax.
just got to do it.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say you out and about, right?
They try to
And
skip
you,
over
dude
it.
asks you for your number. He calls y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a basic conversation or whatever. And y'all just have a regular, everyday conversation.
Okay.
And sex comes up. Like, yo, when the last time you had sex? And, yo, what do you like or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Is that a question to ask somebody? When's
Some
the
people
last
do
time?
it.
The
Yeah.
fuck?
When the last time, I don't ask no grown
And
woman.
then,
Like
if
some
you
people
say
do.
today, how you gonna feel?
I'm like,
I don't ask no grown woman about their pussy.
Yeah, like,
What I'm saying is,
Unless
what I'm
it's
saying,
mine.
He's just leaning like, so
Wait, pull up
doing
or not?
sex,
Right.
what do you like?
Come
What
or
turns
not?
you on? What turns you off? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I ask
see,
shit
I
like
think
that.
that's an awkward conversation in my
You think
opinion.
so?
Yeah, because I think that some things should just be natural. I think sex should be something that
I'm
Yeah.
not saying
Explore through
this is not high school.
I
You're gonna
think-
plan
I'm about to
like
say, I
on
think that was a
Thursday, yo,
younger
we're gonna meet
thing.
after school at my mom's house because she's working. We get out of school. I ain't talking about that. I'm just saying you just have a basic conversation, like everyday conversation. Nah, so if a dude asks you that, you just like I feel uncomfortable answering
yeah,
that
it would be
question.
weird. It would
Yeah, I
just
don't
be
know.
very weird because I would feel like I would be mapping it out,
Right,
for
then it's
you.
weird.
and it's like,
Yeah, you just
got
gotta let
introduce me to some shit or not.
sex gotta
Yeah,
go.
saying like
Yeah.
you could introduce me to some shit like yo. You could say I want to introduce you to this. I like this. I want to introduce you to that.
Right.
Versus
Okay.
asking me, well, what are you comfortable with? Nothing,
Exactly.
nigga. What you trying to do?
What are you gonna with?
Some dudes might say, yo, what's your limitation? You know what I'm saying? They might just
Okay.
say, what's your limitation? Then you be like, well, I don't like
Okay.
you fucking the ass, or I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I think most people say I don't have no limitations till it's time. They're like, oh,
Till
wait,
it's time.
Wait, motherfucker.
Oh, that happened. Yeah.
No,
Yo,
Till
so
it's time.
I'm gonna start off how you said. I don't want your fucking ass.
Yeah, so I think it's best.
I don't
Like,
think you should do that.
yeah, I think that you should just like tell them what you
No,
want.
you know
and
what? I
do
feel like
it.
with the chemistry, ain't no point even doing it. And the question for when let you freak out, I kind of think like you don't do it unless the person's deserving of it, because you can't like give all your goodies in the bag to everybody.
But wait,
Like,
so-
some people ain't worth doing it with, because you.
And
like,
then
oh
it
my God,
becomes
I
like
can't
if you
believe
let too
I
much
even
out, it'd be
there.
like, damn, you do this with
It's not
every
even that.
fucking
Some people
body.
is like,
Oh,
I'm
damn,
not
you
even
think
told me
nah,
that.
a dude is not
Damn,
thinking like
how
that.
long ago did you
A
do
guy's not
this?
thinking like that. You
Yes,
think like
guys
that?
are like
Yeah.
that. Guys are mad insecure. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Fucking
yes, they are.
You out of your mind, nigga? Hell yeah.
Hold up,
You
bitch.
suck everybody like that? Oh,
What school you
shit, I gotta
went to,
lock this
bitch?
down.
Where you grow up again?
Nah, y'all crazy. Y'all niggas not being real.
Who's your
Who
mom?
Wait,
Yeah.
keep it in the G.
You are.
Keep it. I'm gonna keep it all the way
Yeah,
at G because y'all not keeping it in G. You really like this nigga. You really like this nigga. And you can't be like all the other bitches who did the same fucking thing to him. You gotta do some
Get
shit.
down and lay down. We gotta
When do
get
you
down
do
and
this
lay
shit?
down.
Same thing
I mean,
for a
if you
nigga.
say
You
it
can't
like
be
that,
like
it's
every
like,
other fucking
gotta
nigga
get
who done
down.
hit it. You gotta dog this shit out.
But I don't
When do
think
you dog
it's
it
no
out? Like when you gonna
acceptable-
do some shit
That's a
to
good
it?
point. It's like
Like-
if you really into this woman or vice versa, man, whatever.
Wait till the
so it's
kids
like
go
you,
to sleep.
You trying to bring it to the table. You trying to bring out the tricks and stuff like that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't
yo,
think no. I think no is so unacceptable in sex.
You think what?
No.
No.
No?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
what
it's
you
so
fuck you
unacceptable.
talk
I think you
about
should
no.
be always willing
You
to
gotta take all my
Yeah.
desires
and
once you
play
say
with
yes.
it. Yeah.
That's only
Yeah,
if you
it's a
into
no
that-
is a
That's
turn
only
off.
if you into
Yeah,
that
like the
person like that though.
What you mean? Like,
Yeah.
well, obviously, I want to.
What you fucking me for if you
The
ain't
amount
into
of
me like that?
rejection you feel when somebody says no.
Yo,
to
some
sex.
people,
Yeah, that's like
some people
insecurity.
just
He's
have
like,
sex
oh,
as a
you know,
requirement
why
for
you
nut.
really-
You know what I'm saying? I just want a nut right now. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need. I don't want nothing else.
That's your freak level.
What
No,
are
I
you?
ain't saying
My
that's
freak
mine.
level might
What
be a
I'm
little
saying
different.
is-
And if you say yes, you're gonna take this freak level.
All right,
So you
that's
taking what come to with it.
But don't you
So
automatically
don't be
assume
talking
that you-
about no, I can't touch your ass.
I think it
The
would be
fuck
like
if I lick it, I stick
assumption
it.
that if you come over, like if I say, "Oh, pull up," and you pull the fuck up, you pulling up to whatever the fuck is behind this door. The
Yeah,
fuck?
but you gotta know that.
Yeah, you gotta.
That's why you make
You-
choices. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta know that you're
say
down
no to
before you
fuck
show
with
up.
ass, You know what I'm saying? You gotta fuck with somebody who's like, okay, it's a possibility that I might love
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck it.
Like, it's like, yeah.
You pull up for whatever's behind that door.
Either he gonna
Whatever
respect me
up,
saying that or
Yeah,
not.
man, you
you
gotta-
gotta be down for. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
You
you
ready?
wrong.
If you pull up, you down for whatever.
You put up that for whatever.
I think it's your freak
DTF
level.
down for-
I think your freak level is up to you individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So wherever you want to let it come out, that's up to you. It could be the first date. It could be like whenever next
But,
week
you know,
Is
after
it
you
up
meet
to
that
you
person.
though? I think the freak level is up to your partner. Because I think you will only be.
I think
a
most dudes
person,
gonna go with a female. If a female's willing to do it,
Some
a dude's
guys
gonna
don't.
go with it.
Some
Let's
guys
get it.
don't.
But I
though.
think that a guy, for instance, let's just say a guy will only do or go as far. Most guys, as far as a female allows them or makes them feel comfortable to do. So like he might want to dress up in a fucking diaper. There's some weird shit out there, right? So is she, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's a fact, though.
That's the popular shit. Niggas like to be in diapers and shit.
So you been with a guy with a diaper?
Niggas like to be out in diapers.
Listen.
The baby, you know what I'm saying? You tell me you
What
been
I'm
with the
saying-
baby when he came out, but when he first came out.
Niggas
I'm
like
saying,
to be
okay.
in diapers.
No, because we think of freak shit. Like,
Nah, you real. That's
we think
real.
of freak shit, and that's just real shit. We think of freak shit. Oh, she gonna certain way she gonna suck my dick. Certain way she gonna.
That's a
Some
fact.
some niggas like to drink from a bottle, have a pacifier. Some people like to be in dog cages.
When do you whip it out?
Some people like to be. That's the freak shit. You're talking
But
about.
if a dude came to you, yeah, but hold on. If a dude came to you like that, how would you respond to that?
I mean, I would be down. I would have to be down. If
You have to be down.
Yes, if
If
I
you into
was
that dude.
into that
Yeah.
dude, I'm into
You're willing to
whatever he
try.
wants to do.
And if you don't like
So,
it,
but
then
you're
you
not
just
gonna
don't
be
like
weirded
it.
out about it. That's my whole point.
You may have your moments, yeah.
In other words, in other words,
animal
as long
and
as
shit
if
like
your
that.
It depends on how much money he got.
Wait.
The fuck?
I was like,
in other words,
certain
in other
things-
words,
yeah,
what you're
certain-
saying
sometimes
is,
it can't be that
if your bitch say
what
no,
I'm
she
saying.
really just not that into
You know
you.
what?
If she says she ain't doing it, she really just not that into you. Then is what y'all saying. I know niggas be like, yo, she says she don't suck dick on the first day. She just not that into you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, so
She just not that into you, my nigga. Like,
let me
you whipped it out and it wasn't appealing, my nigga. Like, let's keep it a bean. Like,
I don't do that.
I don't do that. Like, she didn't want no shrimp that night, nigga.
I think staying to
Oh,
go back
no.
to time because I'm a little bit older. I'm 42.
Yeah.
So back in the day when I was coming up, no girl, no dude would admit giving oral sex to anybody. Like I
Uh-huh.
did that shit. Knowing they did that shit.
It was
so
cap,
in this
though.
day and time, women like, yeah, I suck dick, dude. Like I eat pussy, I eat ass, and every
That's what I'm
fucking
saying. That's
thing.
not free
So it's
shit no
different.
more.
It's a different time.
Yeah,
Versus when I
and
was
if you
coming up,
do,
no,
it's
even
weird.
if they did it, nobody admitted.
Nobody
to it.
admitted.
But you
know
think
what I'm
that means that stuff is no longer free? I've been trying to say like sucking
not
dick,
freaky no
eating
more.
ass.
The freak
all
level's
that.
different.
That's not
I just think
freak
that's
shit.
normal.
normal.
That's normal, right?
That's normal.
That's
Some of
standard
that, yeah.
edition.
Exactly.
You gotta
Some
stand
people
that's
think
mandatory.
some bitches really think that I'm a freak because you suck dick.
So
No,
let me
bitch,
ask
we
you a
all
question.
do.
The shit that come up on regular porn is regular sex.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's
The shit you gotta go to the specialty spots
Yeah.
for, that's freak shit.
Yeah.
Like you want milk squirted in your ass? That's some freak shit.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. The specialty porn, exactly what it is. Not
Do
that
y'all
regular
feel some type
shit.
of way if you give a dude oral sex, he don't give it back? You feel some type of way?
It's already made
I would think that person was
yes.
boring as fuck.
I think
like,
he's gay.
the fuck?
No,
Are
I
you
think
what
he
is
is
going on?
He is gay.
Gay.
Yeah, and then it's boring.
That's the first sign of a on but down low nigga. Don't get they don't eat pussy.
Yeah.
First
First of all,
sign.
if you eat pussy, you have to that ass. Like, you can say down low all you want. If you eat pussy, you have to suck the click like a dick. The fuck? That ass.
You gotta relax.
I understand
I don't know
that.
about
But
that.
what I'm-
I don't know how you
If you
suck a
don't
dick,
eat
I don't even
but
like
I'll
how
be
you
sucking
eat
some
pussy.
click.
Good guys when I eat pussy. Ask a female how you eat pussy.
Now you got a point there, man.
All right.
Yo,
You gotta give him head.
Hey,
You know
that's
the
what-
fuck?
you know what?
So
Nah, you got a
that
point.
ass.
Yeah,
That
it's like
yo,
something.
I learned that.
That's
I learned that shit. No cap. Oh,
That's the
I
best
learned
head
that
you
shit.
can get.
I learned that shit by mistake.
You know
I learned that by
By
mistake.
How that mistake?
I swear to God, I learned it by mistake. Cause all my life,
his head.
all my life, I seen niggas eat pussy. It was like
Like,
a little lick around.
You gotta suck it.
So
But-
I was eating some pussy and I started sucking it and I seen her reaction. I
Right,
said,
right.
"Oh shit!" And then I started sucking it and moving my head with it like all suckers. do.
Pause.
And I was like, "Yo!" She started
Pause.
going nuts. I say, "Yo, you really gotta get into this shit." It's. I learned it by mistake.
most guys
my
ain't
nigga.
even eating pussy right. The fuck?
Porn is never gonna teach you how to eat pussy, and I learned how to
That's
fuck
if you
from
don't know how to
porn,
do
but
it
I ain't know how
correctly,
to
I
eat
feel
pussy
like-
from porn.
Yeah, that's
Your
not
points go
politically
down. Like I
correct
would never fuck a
porn.
man if they can't do it correctly the first time. I would never waste my time in that type of way. Ever again.
But do you
Look,
know
you
how
get the
how
fuck. Like,
how
like, yeah,
secure
no.
and confident a guy has to feel in his own sexuality to do it right?
Yeah, and if you
Yeah,
don't do it
understand?
right, I want you to
I
feel
mean,
like
what
you
you
dropped
said-
that
hold on,
head.
so
I was like,
let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask both of y'all a question. If a dude don't know how to do it right, are you willing to teach him how to please you?
I was about to
If
get
you
into that.
want to learn,
On the
because
set.
I'd be like, nah, I ain't on
If
that,
you
I
want
ain't
to
on
build
that
something
gay
with
shit.
this person or this man you want to keep fucking with, then yeah,
So
I'm
is
gonna
it
teach
some
you.
random
Bitches be
person you
capping.
know?
No, I'm gonna teach you.
Y'all don't be trying to break a nigga ego.
Like, no, just like I said, like how you said, you have
So
to
it
suck
goes
the
both
click
ways
like
with a girl,
dick.
because I mean,
Then
some
niggas
girls,
like,
Can't
some
suck
girls don't
dick.
know how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
But the difference is a dude gonna just
No,
like
and
keep letting you do whatever.
No,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? Because
That's real.
Just be happy
Some
to
girls
do
may
something.
know how to and just not give you that type of performance in a way, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause like everybody don't get the same performance. Like everybody don't get the same thing. That's a fact.
What changes the
Okay.
performance?
The person, the fuck?
How much you into that person?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much a person? Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
I think when
Yeah,
a guy
guys,
has
they
money,
better-
you automatically know you got to do some freak shit.
That's
Like
a
some
fact.
people it could be a
Automatically.
turn on.
Yo,
you
this is
know,
the
If I
second
have
time
money,
I'm
you
talking
already
about my
know.
money.
No, I
So it's
don't
about
want to.
money.
Yeah.
Why-
I
what
think,
money
I
has to
think
do with it?
Yo, this
money
nigga
allows
crazy.
a guy-
Yo, what money got to do with it? Though?
Everything.
I think money allows a guy to feel comfortable within his sexuality. The higher you get with money, you'll see
You
the
do
more
what you want.
sexually fluid guys because they're
Money
so
about
comfortable.
everything.
What the fuck you gonna do?
Money's about. What is what I'm saying?
Yes.
They become
Yes.
We
with
talked
shit.
about
So
this
you
last
got
week
some freak
on
shit.
our podcast. It was
Yeah,
about
but you
money.
see the richest
Money
guys
and
that
beauty
got
was the
no
name of the
boys, yeah.
episode because when it comes to men,
Yeah, well, yeah.
right? 3 men walk in a motherfucking room. It's a silent jockeying for position that goes into play about who got more money. You start looking for the things that show you who got more money. So you start looking for look at his shoes, look at his car, look at his watch, look at this, look at that. How's he looking? It's like who got the money in the room.
And
That's
it ain't
how-
about the bling.
that's
of
what
real.
y'all-
And women do the same. We looking
woman-
at it. Men
You
are
know
looking
crazy?
at this
I
shit.
took his-
I mean-
It ain't just us, the women. But with women, it's about beauty. How beautiful are you? That's your value. But for men, your value in America is about your fucking wallet.
A woman
Period.
definitely looks at a watch because I took his brother watch shopping for the father to give, and they wanted this flashy shit, and I'm like, y'all, that if you have a flashy watch, it just proves you mess
smoke a
with
lot,
hood
man. I
bitches
cough.
and dumb bitches who can't spot
What
money.
do you consider a flashy watch?
Anything that blings, really.
So you talking about something that's iced out, diamond, and stuff like that?
Yeah, because you have to put it in their face for them to realize it's
Right,
money.
right.
And if she know money, she could see money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can see.
So how do
you
you
could be
see-
ass naked. I can see money, nigga.
Yo, so how do you?
You know what I'm saying? I can
yo,
tell by
how
how
do you-
your skin
How
look.
do you see money? Like just by looking at a gun. What are you buying?
The skin glow,
Okay.
skincare.
Okay.
People with money has leisure. So like skincare, that's something that's a luxury thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You think skincare is a luxury?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you drink plenty of water, your skin gonna glow.
There's a different. See. No,
I'm just
water's
saying,
cheap.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about sea moss and vegetables and other shit that costs
I
money.
mean, if a dog has a healthy diet and he drinks plenty of water, his
But
skin gonna look.
costs money. No, you ever buy vegetables?
Yes,
and
it
shit?
I eat
does.
vegetables
The
all the
fuck?
time. Like,
Yes.
It's expensive as fuck, right?
mean,
Especially
yeah.
organic shit. The shit that make. I'm not talking about alkaline and shit like that. That's money. I'm not talking about broccoli. That shit ain't alkaline. I'm talking about real vegetables. You know what I'm saying? That shit costs money to have that type of diet. Dead ass.
So
So,
what else- what
you
else
could
you
tell. I could definitely see.
Money.
I could see. Definitely the watch. I could see. You could see a key, but the keys doesn't really matter. I could see a key. Somebody got mad at me
Shoes.
because I told you you can't trust anybody with a BMW or a Nissan. The fuck?
Because you said-
I
hold on,
posted
what you
that
said?
shit. When I
You
tell you
said-
they try to drag me.
You said what now? Say that
You
again.
can't trust a nigga with a Nissan or a BMW.
That's funny.
Dead ass.
Why you say that?
Well, why Nissan? BMW I
Because
kind of get,
Nissans
but why
want to be
Nissan?
BMWs. The fuck?
But
You
why
ever see a
though?
nigga riding Nissan? He think he riding a BMW, don't he? Then I want on.
I mean, I drive a BMW, so I'm just
Okay.
saying. I'm trying.
It is.
Oh, shit.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can talk. But yeah, definitely. I wouldn't trust
That's funny. That's funny.
Like if I would train my daughter, I have a daughter, and she's gonna be dating, and these are the things I would teach her.
To look for a man. So what you're looking for a man?
If she's trying to identify money, and most of the time when your daughter or child starts dating, I know when I started dating, there was plenty of times my grandma was like, "That broke nigga ain't got no job. The fuck? What you doing with him?" You know what I'm saying? But
That's real.
When I started dating, I was just like, "That's your boyfriend."
I was broke.
Bitch, you think he was broke at the time? You
I
think
was
she
broke.
didn't say, "Oh, that's your boyfriend"? That's
That
what
ain't
the
no
fuck you
cap.
bring
I was
on?
broke.
Okay, so that's how I was taught. I was taught to make sure those things are in line, especially like if I want to bring them home. I think the guys too, when you're trying to bring something home, you often look to what is going to be acceptable to your parent or whoever you're bringing them home to.
Right.
That's
So
everybody.
a part of that was I had to make sure that I could tell if a nigga had something before I brought him home. Because if I couldn't tell, my grandma could tell.
That shit is
like,
important,
that nigga ain't
man.
got shit. You fool. She'll call you a
It's
fool
so
in a minute.
important.
That's you a fucking fool.
I mean, but in this day generation, so many people front.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's why they
So
front.
what you
A
see,
car
but
is a front.
So I'm saying, what you see, you know, it might drive BMW, but that might be a piece of shit. BMW.
That's
Or
he
it-
lace
It could be a
fronting.
Porsche, Range Rover, being a piece
Or
of
it
shit.
could
That's-
be
or that
all
watch,
he
that watch
could,
they wearing might not even be real.
He lace fronting.
So I'm
or
just
it could
saying,
be
like,
all he can afford. Some people.
You
it
know
could
when a
be their
nigga lace
car,
fronting like
and
you
it
know
could
when a
be
chick lace fronting.
them investing everything in their image to where they can't afford you. All they
but that's
got
the
room
culture
for
we
is
live
they
in. We
fake
feel like we
living.
gotta not when I say we, I'm just saying people. They feel
Yeah.
like we gotta impress people.
Now
So
you
this
too.
one- Nah,
We
not
all
me.
in it.
Yeah, we in
not
this
me.
shit.
I
Fuck.
can
You
admit
can't
because
exclude
I'm
yourself
me.
from society, my nigga. You in society like I'm in society. We all gotta look good.
I mean, I'm about looking good, but I'm saying this shit right here don't make me.
I'm not
That's what I'm saying.
about
Like, you know
looking
what I mean?
good. I don't
Like,
care about none of that
I like
shit.
nice
I
things.
don't.
Not because
I don't give a
I'm trying
fuck.
to gain
Right.
attention for somebody, but I like nice things. You know what I'm saying? But materialistic shit comes and goes.
You like pussy?
I
I say you like nice
I
things,
couldn't
but you can
bring
afford
it.
All right
those
then,
things.
so don't cap,
And that's
nigga.
what you gotta say
You buy
for
nice
her.
shit for pussy. You a
And it's
nigga.
stay
Come
down
on,
till
man.
you
Niggas
come
be
up
capping.
for
It's
it.
really weird.
Every
I can't
nigga
say
buy nice shit for pussy. It's
It's
why
really
you
how
buy
you would
it.
train your kids if you have, when you have a daughter.
You're not
it's really
buying that
what
shit
you
'cause
would
you trying to
train
get
her
some
do.
dick.
I got a
Like,
daughter.
Like,
I got a
you
daughter.
got
I gotta love your
okay,
daughter. Yeah.
so good. So we would train your daughter on what to bring home and what's acceptable. For me, when I got a boyfriend, I couldn't come to my grandfather asking for money. He'd be like, "Don't you got a boyfriend? The fuck? You got me fucked
Facts.
up." You know what I'm saying? So like those are the things that I was trained to from my parents is to make sure that a guy could sustain me and himself as well. Like I should like if I'm in a relationship and we fucked up on rent and shit, it's me and you, my nigga. It's not me, you, and my parents. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta learn like
Listen.
when it's time to grind and it's time to really like hit rock bottom and bounce back up, those type of things come into play. Like, can you bounce back with this nigga?
Right.
Everybody fall, but can you bounce back with
Absolutely.
this nigga? Some people be too comfortable with the fuck they got. They ain't gonna never bounce back.
Absolutely. I
You
agree
think
with
I buy these nice
I learned
shoes
that.
because I want a nigga to say, yo, those is nice? No. I'm married, but I still like attention from the opposite sex. I want a woman to see these shoes and say, hey, those look nice.
Yo, for
And tell
me-
me I got nice size
Yo,
and some
for me,
shit.
I don't give a fuck about that because I'm a
Who-
sneaker-
what
I'm
man don't want
I'm
that?
a
What woman
sneakerhead.
don't want that?
I'm a sneakerhead. I'm into fashion. I don't care about trying to get
Man,
attention
that's
from no female. Like, you know
get
what
the
I'm
fuck
saying?
out.
Nah, that's a fact.
You listen. I'm married. You must be married, and you trying to
capping, you
cap.
capping.
Look, I don't know what camera we on,
You
but you
capping.
capping for your wife, and I get it.
When you pull up,
Mine's on
in
set
your
with
nice
me.
shoes,
I don't gotta cap.
and in your
I like
BMW
attention from
on a
bitches.
fresh wash,
Who wanna give
you
me
pull
some?
up to the club and shit, you automatically know these bitches is watching.
Come on.
They might be
You
watching.
know, you
I-
know
and you
that's
like
what
that
you
shit,
want.
nigga.
No,
It's
I
no
don't do it for
question.
them.
It's no
I don't
question,
do
you
it for
know
them.
this.
I don't
Like,
do it for them.
You know what?
Motherfucker,
And you
man.
lie yourself.
It's the fucking machismo,
Oh, you think
nigga.
I'm rich when paying the phone? Like,
It's
when that light hit me, I'm like, yo, it hit me just right.
but
What I'm
I
saying
think
is-
that if you pulled in a Honda, if you pulled up in a Honda,
That's why you
I'ma
got a
be me with a
BMW.
Honda.
That's
would-
why you got a
whatever,
BMW
like-
for a reason,
question who
nigga.
was
Trust
looking
me.
at you, right? You would question like maybe they're looking at me. You would probably look to see, oh, are they looking at her? No, they're not. But like you have to turn the music up so they can hear you coming. You gotta do some
Exact-
shit. So they,
Put my shit all the way up. Max my levels out.
Yo,
Fuck is
my
you
song-
talking
My
about?
song might just came on at that moment at time. Oh shit.
When you-
Turn that shit up,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Come
They
on,
ain't
man.
gonna do it.
Strategically.
Pull up in a BMW, you could pull up with that shit on mute.
And they
bitches,
still
you
gonna
know,
look.
You don't
'Cause-
even gotta look.
Come
You already
on,
know
man.
these bitches. When you pulling in, you already know these bitches are looking on the line. Whoever's on the line, they fucking looking.
It's bait.
You on mute. When you're in that Honda, you gotta blast that shit up.
It's bait.
You better be playing their motherfucking favorite song. The fuck?
That's a fact, man. It's
So
all
that's
bait.
the difference. Like,
It's
I
what we
think
do it for.
subconsciously, You do it for that.
Yeah, well, nah, that's what we do it
It's
for.
easy for you to say you don't do it for that because you probably already get it, not without effort because you have it.
It's
right?
the image. It's the machismo. It's the
So you think we all have to live up to an image? That's what you think? That's what you're saying.
yes.
females
Especially one thing for men, man. One thing that men
that's
like in anything, in relationships, anything, is we like the image that we have in a woman's head. You understand what I'm saying? It's not necessarily a woman. We may not even really fuck with the woman like that. We like the image that we have to that woman. That's why we cheat. Sometimes if our image to our wife get fuzzy, I'm gonna go fuck with somebody who I'm everything to, because my image to her is much more than my image is to you. You feel what I'm saying? So it's everything is about the image. It's why we build up this image to our wife. We build up an image to our kids. We build up an image to our mother.
You have an image?
Of course.
You trying to stand up?
I don't think.
To gain a guy's attention?
I think I'm questioning what image. To me, I did this whole thing where I said men aren't attracted to women. Men do not date women. They date society, and what society feels is acceptable or something like a trophy or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think that they date women, because when you look on social media, even like let's take Kylie Jenner for instance. All the money that she's put into her body, into her look, into surgeries, she's not who she was. And even after that, she still uses makeup. She still uses filters and other shit and, photo editing. So I think that even with her, after all of those surgeries, y'all still not comfortable with that. Y'all have to have the fake version of it.
Is that what we have to have or what she has to have?
Guys, she's only doing it for guys. You think she's doing it for herself?
Me personally, I like a natural woman.
I think she's doing it for the image she got.
I don't know. I don't think that men know what.
I
don't think men know what a real woman looks like anymore.
I don't know, man. I'm on the fence with this one. I'm on the fence because
they don't look at their mom and say, "Oh, mom, you're hot and sexy."
That's your mom.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying that's the image of a real woman. When she gets in her 50s, she get a little overweight and shit like that.
No, that's a woman who let themselves go in their 30s and 40s. My mama, if you talking about.
Huh?
I want.
Let herself go? Oh, Jesus.
My mama don't watch this. Let me stop. Listen, anyway. What I'm saying is, forget it. We ain't got to talk about that. But what I'm saying is, what was we talking about?
I don't know.
Because you got me distracted.
No, I said me personally, I'm like a natural woman. I ain't gonna have, like I'm saying, the fake asses. That's the generation.
Don't know what a natural woman looks like.
Women feel like they gotta do so much work.
It's easy to say that
to get a guy's attention or whatever, or it can be insecurities. They might not have big like titties or whatever. So let me get this breast shot, or they might not have an ass. So
I'm gonna tell you why I say
I'm an issue of self-love right here. Okay, if you
What?
love yourself.
Nah, I ain't always trying to hear that shit. So listen, I ain't trying to talk over you, but that's
I think
cap to me.
I think self-love is very
because
hard
you gotta
to
still live in
maintain when
America.
nobody else loves
you live in
you.
society.
I think I think it's very hard. It's easy to get, but I think it's very hard to maintain when you realize the world don't fuck with you.
I think Instagram, social media in general, like gives the perception what women should look like. Because if you see a girl with fake everything on, you know what I'm saying? She has like 1,000, 1,200 likes and comments on that shit. So a woman growing today, like, oh, they get
I
this
still
want to
fuck her.
I'm getting this attention, but like some women who don't get that, they post a picture, they get like 10 likes. So how can I get this likes? Because this is what guys are actually liking now.
Right.
So that's we didn't have.
That's why I'm telling you, we lying. That's why I'm telling you, men are lying when they say that.
Like
the numbers will show you that men are lying, and I know that they're lying. This goes back years, right? At least more than even 10 years ago, because my son wasn't even born. But I used to be a strip club connoisseur. Every strip club in fucking New York, I used to run through.
Check in the fucking club.
So, crazy thing about strip club, I used to go to a famous strip club called Sue's Rendezvous. That's where I met Cardi B at years ago, right? And when I was at Sue's, I used to be like, they create these women in the back. I was like, there's no way all of these women could be this fucking beautiful. Every woman in there. This is before I knew about BBLs and surgeries and this, that, and the third. Dr. Miami. I didn't know about this. And I was like, where the fuck are they creating all these fucking women from? They kept coming out to the back, introducing to the stage. And it was another one. And a fucking another one. They were all like Amazons and shit. I was like, they got my money. And then I realized they all look the same because they went to the same surgeon. But I like it. I still like it. I like that body shape. So it's cap if I say, I want you to be natural, because every woman ain't going to be naturally that body shape. Just like it's cap when women say, all my men got a big dick. Studies will show that only 10% of men have a big dick. These women are lying. Your men got an average sized dick. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? If women started telling the truth about that, men would start telling the truth about fat asses, and we could all get back to normal.
I think that men don't like being natural women. They just like women that they could be accessible women. I think that's what it is.
Accessible women.
Natural women are accessible.
What does that mean?
This is what I could get.
Yeah. Okay. This is within.
I
can't get.
This is within reach. Natural women are within reach.
Of course.
I don't think
it's more of them to go around.
But if you
I'm
had
saying,
the
like,
option,
I have seen women that have work done.
Poor Tory Lanez.
And it's well done. But
see how that went.
Tory Lanez?
Well, he got the option to be with Kylie against Megan.
Would you talk to Tory Lanez if he didn't have that hair surgery? Would you talk to Tory Lanez if he didn't have hair surgery?
I don't know what he looked like.
You know he had hair
before.
plugs in. That shit's not real.
Man, listen.
He has
Tory Lanez pull up in that fucking Lambo.
You said Tory
Every
Lanez
fucking
did what?
woman's talking
He
to
did-
him.
yeah,
Listen, the
hair-
baldy
his hair-
been
his hair is not
rocking.
real.
The baldy been slaying
Nah,
pussy
it's
for
not
a
real.
long
He
time.
got transplant
Yeah.
surgery.
That used to be the thing
Yeah.
back in the day.
He
Of
was
It
going
grows
bald.
naturally
Yeah.
now, but he had
Him
to
and
get,
Tiger,
he
whatever.
got
his
like
name
the
is.
hair follicles pulled out of like
Yeah.
his leg and put in his head because he was going bald.
Okay.
But it worked. His hair grows normal
Oh,
now.
that's fine.
Yeah, it works now. Like he had enough money to fix it.
But hold on.
I'ma fix my shit too if I go bald.
Yeah, I'm bald. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You should have got the surgery.
She's
You don't need that hair on your legs, nigga. Take that hair off your legs, nigga, and put it on your head.
If you catfish her, she will be all the way fucked up.
yo,
like,
so what I'm saying, what I'm saying though,
Why you
if a
say
dude
that
came to you
leg?
with a fucked up hairline,
your hair?
if a dude came to you with a fucked up hairline trying to holler at you, how would you take that?
That's all I'm saying.
Take that hat off, nigga.
um,
That's what I feel like.
you know,
Niggas be out here
because you
hat
have to
fishing.
think like for a woman, it would have to be like everybody you date is perfect.
Niggas be hat fishing. Niggas be out here really hat.
I'm bald. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you
I'm
might be
saying?
hat
Like,
fishing.
I don't know. I'm bald, and I don't need no hat to make me.
I ain't
You know
hat
what I'm
fishing.
saying?
I got hair. I just say do it, my nigga. But I'm alright with my hair situation. I'm doing okay. I got a little spot going on back there.
No, like I would be capping if I would say that every guy is perfect. Every guy you
That's
date
the
is not
vibe.
like beautiful. You know, you date some ugly, but you take one for the team every now and then.
Not
Take,
take one for
take
the
one
team.
for hope every now and then. The team is hope. The hope that he got a little something extra.
Niggas be hat fishing.
Hey, you bad as shit.
Yeah, you don't got shit. Yeah, you take one for hope.
Wowzers.
You take one for the team.
Wowzers.
That's
potential.
part of
Yeah, you take a potential every now and then. So I
potential,
can't say
like,
like,
you know
oh, if
what?
a guy has a fucked up hairline, I wouldn't talk to them.
Cause he can still have the bag.
You would have to look with love. You got there's a such thing as looking with love. So
Money.
You kind of don't
You
see.
looking with
yeah,
your-
I can see. You take shit. You just
Well,
like,
he has nice lashes.
yeah, like oh.
So you looking hard to pick something out.
Money.
Like,
Money.
Or you blur it. You don't see what's
at
in
the
front
end
of
of the day,
you.
you're right. it's
They
money.
looking for his money. Just because a nigga bald don't mean he ain't got
Like,
money.
you got light skin? Oh,
That's the fuck
So
they
yo,
looking for.
Flav try to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? He got money. Let's say he got money.
He's from my town.
You talk to me,
My
okay.
hometown. That's it. That's what
Shout out to Flav from Long Island, Roosevelt,
He's from my
Freeport.
hometown.
Yes, sir. Yeah, listen,
And
man.
you saw
Flav
how
got
many
bread.
bitches, but you saw how many bitches like here, floofy. You
Yeah.
saw it, yeah, he was slaying them bitches.
Let me ask y'all this, right? This came up. I was watching a
yeah.
video. I'm changing the subject or something. My fault.
My God.
We asked you this. So I seen a video.
This nigga said, "My changing the subject, my fault." So let me ask you this.
Fuck
Just
it.
roll with
Change the
it.
subject. Fuck it. I think it was T.I. who said some shit, and he was like, shout out to Boosie, but I call this stop prevention time. Spending time with your daughter is stop prevention time. So it led me to a
He's a
question
whole
that I saw
fucking
somewhere.
thot.
Hold on,
What
wait.
did he just
Let me
sit
get to the
back with his
question.
wife?
So the
Thot
question
trying
that
to
I
big
want to
thot.
get to is, can single fathers be a good example as a good husband to their kids?
No.
Yes.
I agree. I
I'll
agree.
say
I have a daughter, so wherever
Yes.
you interact high with your daughter, she gonna look. That's the type of man I need to bring home. You know
I
what
say
I'm
no
saying?
because
I don't know. She would've
I
said
say
that.
no because it's a different level of relation,
And that's- and-
and it's a different way you handle certain situations with a spouse versus a child. And so for instance, if I tell my husband, so you could be a good man
Yeah.
and you could be a good father and you will be an example of a good father, and chances are she would have or date men who are good fathers but not good husbands.
yeah.
And that's a reality.
That's
You can be
real.
a great father and a
That's-
fucked up
I can see it
husband.
from that
And not-
standpoint.
Ain't
not be a
shit
good
husband.
But if
Yeah,
that's a
ain't
good
shit, but
point.
that's your daddy.
So, but I'm looking from the standpoint of if my daughter sees like, yo, my dad's a great provider for this household, bringing money in, he's supporting me, you know, give me what I need. He works hard. He works very hard, and that's what she see. I need a husband that's gonna do the same exact thing.
You won't
I don't want my daughter to be sitting here.
Nah.
You know, her doing everything when she brings the dude
I
home.
think
But then-
I think it will not prepare her to handle conflict that happens in a relationship because she's never seen you handle
I don't think
it.
nobody can handle that. Like I think
But-
that comes with.
But there's
as-
Are you?
examples.
What are
There's
you?
examples.
What are you preparing her for at that point? I say no. You aren't. You have to show your daughter or your son what it is to be a husband, because the role that you have as a father is one thing, right? and that's authoritative figure. That's a provider. That's a protector. That's all of that. And she's gonna look for those qualities in a man, but she also needs a lover, a romancer, somebody who shows you when it's time to be loved.
Yeah.
How do you hold mom's hand? How is it okay to talk to mom?
Yeah, how do you
when you
sneak
have a
up on her when she's
disagreement,
cooking?
do you yell at mom? Do you slap her? No. How do you even resolve conflict? All of that is important. When you
Right.
talk about husband, to me, so I think like dudes who be out there fucking up their marriage, you being more selfish to your kids than you can even imagine. Because now your
100%.
kids won't even know what a real husband look like.
It's true.
That's deep.
It's very difficult, but yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what it is. You really don't prepare them for that role, and they may get in relationships, right, with good men,
Right.
but that doesn't mean the relationship itself will sustain itself because she's never seen an example. You know,
It's like-
a good father. You know what I mean? He's a good father, like good baby daddy.
I think either way,
That's what he is, 'cause Ellie's daddy, he's a great daddy, but horrible boyfriend.
Yeah, it's a different role.
Husband, too, 'cause he's been married before, too. I'm saying, like,
Be a
like,
good dad.
He doesn't whoop Ellie, but, like, if he's dating somebody, you know, he ain't got no problem.
oh shit,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he Mike Tyson.
Yeah, so I think that's very difficult.
But his daughter's a princess, you know what I'm saying? He gets her Valentine's Day gifts, and you know what I'm saying? But he might not get his bitch nothing, you know? But, like,
But how do you prepare him
Oh, that's
if you're not
wild.
in a relationship? If you're not in
I
a
don't know, he just
relationship
not here.
or a marriage,
So
how do you prepare them? Or is it your role to
let
prepare
me
them
flip that, let me
at
flip
that
that
point?
question. You got a son. You think a woman can do that for her son?
No.
No, not unless she's sucking
no,
his
if
dick.
if I'm not a wife,
guy,
all I
man.
could do is show you what a good mother looks like and how to get that.
This
I
guy,
can't
yeah.
show you what a good wife looks like if I'm single.
Right.
You know, it's just there's no way. It's not my role. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
But
can
what if
can
the
a janitor show you
but
how
what
to
if
be a
the
doctor?
father
No.
of your son is not in the picture at all. So like, you gotta do that regardless.
What?
If,
Teach
if,
him?
if the father is not in there in the picture at all, you just not gonna find some random dude.
I can't.
Or
The
if, say your
only-
dad is not around, say you ain't got nobody that help raise your son. So it's up to you
The only
to
thing
show
that
him, like I'm saying, the way to do.
No,
What type of
I think
woman-
You gotta
the
do the
only-
best you can.
No, I think the only
Do
thing.
the best you
No, I
can.
don't think so. I don't think I would be able to. I think the only thing that I could do is teach him how to be self-sufficient, which is what I would be.
I think
That's the only thing I could teach you is what I am.
I think you
You know
never
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying? I teach you how to
perfect.
be on your own, not how to
I
need a
teach my
nigga.
kids
I
how
can
to
teach
be
you
on
that.
their own,
How not to
survive
need
themselves, but I
nobody.
can't teach them how to be.
I think you never gonna be
Yeah.
perfect, but you could alter the learning curve. So like when your child is ready for the world and they're ready to go out into the world, what kind of learning curve do they have before they ready for that?
Right.
Right.
And I
It's
have
like
a
the closer
perfect
you can
example.
show them to a better image, then the less their learning curve gonna be. But either way, it's gonna be a curve to it.
Right.
'cause
And I have
everybody
a
different.
perfect example. Like for me, I was raised by 3 people, right? My grandmother, my grandfather, and he had a woman, an old lady.
A old
they
lady.
say. They was together for a long time, but he never
How'd
married
that
her.
go?
But she was in-house. The way she raised me to handle a man was very different than the way my grandmother, who was single, raised me to handle a man.
She
She
handle
told me to be
man.
self-sufficient. And this is now it's so crazy because they dated the same man, which was my grandfather.
At the
But
same
which way
time.
did he go? Did he go toward my grandmother, who was single, right? Or did he go toward my other grandmother, who was
Submitted.
submitted? She had the breakfast ready. My grandma, she didn't cook no
She was
breakfast. That ain't her
old school.
shit.
She was old school.
She was different. She was a different. She wasn't catering toward a man. She didn't have that quality.
Right.
So ultimately, he chose the one who. Now, he still fucked my grandma on the side.
She had
yeah,
good
so he
pussy.
still fucked with her on the side. She had that good shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
still
what
had
that
the
mean.
bills paid.
Good
You know what I'm
pussy.
saying? He put her in the house and shit.
Gave it 2 kids. That's
Yeah,
good
gave him
pussy.
Kids, gave him some kids. but
Got
he
2
didn't
good
wife
for
her.
too long a couple
But he
times.
didn't wife her. She didn't have those qualities. And almost like when you look at a female, you look for certain qualities of a woman
Yo,
or a
that's
wife.
wild.
She could be a good woman.
Yo,
or a
your grandma
girlfriend,
got
a
good
fuck
pussy
buddy,
is
but
funny.
You can't wife her 'cause she don't got
Right.
those qualities. So it's very important. Like the only reason why I am a wife today is probably because she taught me how
Bottle
to be.
rattling around
My
and
grandma
shit.
wasn't with that shit. She's a fucking nigga. You know what the fuck you need that for? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very different. I don't think so. No.
Look, so my dad raised me. We talked about this last time, but I got an older sister, so he raised both of us. My mom at the time wasn't in the picture, but he can raise me because I'm a boy at the time. You know what I'm saying? But my sister, you know, she older, like he had to do his best what he can, but he can't, you know, a cycle come on, all that. He can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So to a certain degree, you just got to do the best you can. And if you got any female influence, strong female influence around you, you try to like, you know,
You
push.
gotta lean in on
yeah,
that. Yeah,
exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's so crazy because even my grandfather, right? He's still when you go older, you think you see them as adults versus like parent figures.
Right.
But he would still fuck with my grandma, right? But he would teach me, he would tell me, he'd be like, yo, go, like, if I was sitting there or sitting down doing whatever, he'd be like, go in the kitchen, learn how to cook. Nigga ain't gonna, he's like, nigga don't want to eat out all day. You know what I'm saying? So he made sure I was in the kitchen. He didn't teach me how to cook.
Shout out to your
but he
grandpa.
made sure he was like, go in the kitchen, go help
a
Belle.
nigga
That
love
was
to
her
eat.
name. My grandma's name who passed away. She would go help Belle cook, go learn how to cook. Nigga ain't gonna want to eat. You know what I'm saying? He was dead ass with the shit. He was like, nigga don't want to eat out all day. He like, brush your teeth. Nigga don't want to look at that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he always taught me like what a guy wanted. But he couldn't teach me how to be a wife. I had to learn that from Belle, but that was her role. Even though that he knew what he wanted in a female, he couldn't teach it to me. He just knew that that's what was required. So
makes
Very
sense.
different. He can push you in the direction for your life.
yeah, you go over there and learn that shit.
Nah, that's real.
So yeah, my grandma, she wasn't with the shit.
This is a
She
good
was working.
conversation.
My grandma, she was always working and shit. She was single parent, you know what I'm saying? She was raising her grandchild. She was always working. She didn't have time to be no wife. That's a whole different, that's a job. The
Hey,
fuck?
you know what? That gives you a choice in life. What do you want to be?
Exactly, and you ain't gotta be it. The fuck, it's not the optimal role.
Hard worker, or do you want to, be submissive and go cook breakfast every morning?
I just think that's
You trying to find a hungry
that's
nigga,
an old
huh?
school way of thinking. Like,
Nigga that wants
for
some
me, I don't
breakfast?
expect breakfast and dinner every
I
day.
can cook
I'm
breakfast.
cooking meal every day. You know what I'm saying? But like at least once a week, I do expect that. You know what I'm saying?
When
So
you back
But what if she doesn't know how to cook? She was never taught that.
I mean,
Then
yo,
you all
learn,
fucked up.
learn.
Yeah.
Do you really want to be with somebody during the learning process? That is the question.
No.
If I'm
That's
learning-
like,
if I'm
fuck, I
learning
gotta
with
teach you all.
Yo, if I'm learning with you, you know what I'm saying? If I'm into you,
35.
That
If
song,
I'm into
I
you.
can't raise a man.
If I'm 22, yeah. If I'm 35, no.
Yeah.
When you're into somebody and you're in love,
You
you'll
gotta
make
come with
every
that.
excuse in the book to be with them. Right? It doesn't mean that's what you
Excuse?
want.
Not at 35.
Absolutely. And when you're in love with somebody,
In love, yeah.
like for instance, a person could chew gum and pop their gum. You in love with them, fuck it, bitch. Here go a whole pack. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Chew that shit, boo.
I don't know
See the
about
way my
that.
Oh,
boo
yeah,
pop
that-
that shit?
Stop popping that. You don't get a bitch. The fuck.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Once the love goes,
shit.
love is a spirit. That should go. That
Love,
shit come
you
and
got
go.
them,
Shit
it's
come
like
go.
goggles.
Okay, once that
Love
shit
goggles.
go, and then you know, say she start getting on your nerves and shit. She start leaving shit like, damn, bitch, you was always this.
It don't take
She was
much.
always a nasty bitch. You
Can't
just
believe I was with that bitch for that
Yeah,
long.
she always pops
Say,
up.
it don't-
God damn, you loud today.
That's a whole fact.
And so I think once you start looking outside of love, you realize that that's not what the fuck you want.
And then you realize you're
know
not
what I'm
even
saying?
in love.
When you want love,
You had a
the
little
need for
vision.
love will make you bend everything inside of you.
It
Get
blurs the picture.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
what
an
it does.
addiction. But fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
take
real.
time.
So how many times you been in love? How many times you been in love?
10 niggas said, how many times you been in love?
Like you really, really consider love. You know what I'm saying?
One.
So people get love
One.
and just confused so much. You know what I'm saying? Like how many times you say you been in love?
I would say.
Listen,
I would say never
I've been
now.
in love.
You said never?
Not that I know,
I would
Well,
say
that's
I've
what
been
you
in
want
love.
love.
I've been in love one time, but I've been in need of love most of my life. And
That
I
makes
think
sense.
that's
Fair.
very different. I think
Fair.
being
That makes sense.
in love and being in need of love is very different.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think that we all are in need of love when we're looking for,
That's 100
searching
that's
for it. We think
100%.
that person got it, and the moment that shit's going on, fuck that shit.
Nah, that's
was a
real.
waste of time. So I think I can't
That's
say
real
that
as
I was
fuck.
ever in love with anybody when I was in the need. But once I got it, I knew that I was in love.
That's
so
real.
I would say once.
That's real.
But I needed love a lot throughout the 20s and shit.
Yeah, that's real.
Bitch was no parents and shit. The fuck?
That's real. In love, yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
understand.
I would say
so that's
in
what I would
love.
say.
In love once, man. In love once. And lust a lot.
That's what I was saying. Everybody been in
Yeah, I'm
love.
saying
I ain't gonna
lust
say
a
everybody,
lot.
but
Yeah.
I
But
think
even
people-
deeper
people-
than- you could be-
people
you
get
could-
that so
Everybody
confused
honest.
with
You could
each
be
other,
in
you know
some
what I mean?
shit even
Yeah.
deeper than lust. It's like a foggy area
Right.
that you could be in
I
sometimes.
call-
It's
that's
not
the need
lust
of
or
love.
love. It's just like
That's the need of it.
it's like the
Yeah,
nigga,
really
the
want it
person got what you
so
need at the
bad.
time,
Yeah.
kind of ordeal. It ain't.
But they really ain't
It
shit.
ain't either
Like, if
one.
you had
And then
a
when
list,
you
you
out of
gotta
that
go,
phase, you realize like
nobody's
this is a
perfect.
terrible situation.
He could be.
Like, yo, right
Nobody's
now, like, I don't
perfect.
have no standards. Like, I had standards, and then you think, like, you
Ain't
know
got,
what?
be
Yeah, sure.
honest, ain't got no standards
You know,
right
I ain't
now.
got no
A
standards.
bitch
I
need
can't
it.
have no standards. Like, shit, I just, you know, bad boy.
Bitch need it. Yes.
I need
That's
some
real.
standards. So now it's like, you know what? When you listen to this sort of kind of what you thought you had standards with, at one point it's like, oh, should we put them standards back? Because, like, it can't happen. It's like, that just ain't it.
That's why.
Don't be in the
Once you
need
start
of
falling out of love, your
love.
standards start coming back in.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? You didn't even
shit.
meet the requirements anyway. What the
ain't
fuck
it.
was I doing?
That's why bitches rebound nigga always be trash because they stand.
The guys had that moment too.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
Y'all don't
They
have
rebound nigga
Yo,
be trash.
You broke on me for this
This
guy right here?
nigga.
Yeah. Look at his
Rebound nigga
sneakers
always
over
trash.
here. Like,
Standards
Dumbass
be terrible.
nigga.
Guys do have
I needed to
standards,
be
they're
the
just
illest
very
nigga
low.
ever to get you, and you go out this bum ass
Yeah,
nigga.
you know what I'm saying?
That's why I think
the
it's
fuck
an
outta
addiction.
here.
I think it's really an addiction. The need for it is addiction. Like, yep. Like, okay, when you had weed, right?
Yeah.
You ever unroll a roach? That ain't quality weed, but you're
Unroll
really.
a-
You got no standards today.
Unroll a roach?
If
I
you
ain't
got
heard that in
money,
my life.
if you
Never?
Let's say,
Oh,
if
you ain't a
got
weed
money,
smoker?
You
Yeah,
smell
you're
the
not.
shit. You need
Nigga, I done unrolled plenty of, I just did that this
got no
week,
money.
nigga. Took
Yeah,
5
yeah.
roaches and made it one blunt.
Anyway,
You
like,
unrolled a roach before? Unroll a roach before.
Hell yeah,
Mind
nigga.
your roaches.
Nigga, you crazy, nigga?
Everybody knows.
You ain't a real weed smoker. Real weed smoker take 5 clips and make one whole
But
blunt,
when you
nigga.
have money- But you
For the
save
rainy
them.
days,
You
nigga.
have-
Fuck what you talking
you have
about?
money, you don't fuck with them roaches, right? You put them shits
You
out.
save
put it out,
them.
You
save it for when you
Facts.
broke.
When you got a hard day and you in need of some shit, you like, fuck. I
That's
ain't got
the
no
realest shit
be
ever.
burning your throat and shit. And it's
but high as fuck.
Word up. Mad different flavors, different weeds and that shit.
What it smell like? Normally when you first buy, you like,
You be high as hell.
like
What the fuck is this?
I call that shit refried weed.
Yeah, I ain't never heard
Refrying
that.
that
That's
shit.
new to me right there.
absolutely. So that's the same shit when
What
it
you
comes
think a
to
nigga do with their
standards.
roaches when they say, yo,
Throw
give me
that
that
shit away,
roach?
B. That shit
You
like
said
that.
throw it away?
You know what I'm saying? Throw that shit away.
Ah, man, you fancy, nigga. You bougie.
See, when you're addicted,
Huh?
I don't smoke.
Okay,
So, but I'm just
Oh.
saying. I mean, I have,
Oh,
but I'm just saying.
oh, okay. Shit, nigga, you don't know what it's like then. Shit, nigga. That,
exactly. You don't know
man,
what
listen.
addiction is like. It becomes an addiction. So you
Man.
already know when you're in addiction, you ain't gonna always have it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You work with the shit. So that's the same shit with love. When you ain't got
That's
the
a
shit,
fact,
you work
nigga.
with a nigga. Like, all
That's,
right,
that's
I'm
real
take a
talk. I
little
like
bit
how
of
you
this.
put that though.
You ain't never been looking through the
Oh,
carpet
yeah.
looking shit like a crackhead, nigga? Trying to find a little nugget in the motherfucking carpet, nigga?
I know I dropped
Fuck
one.
is you talking
I
about?
don't give a fuck 'cause I
Go
had
through all your
crack,
ashtrays like I
2
know
weeks
it's something in
ago,
this
I dropped
ashtray.
Oh yeah.
Facts, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Man, listen, I done went outside. Yo, I got like a little smoking section in my front, like on my little patio in the front, but it rained, so my shit got wet. You think I take them wet roaches and roll? Man, you crazy as hell. I done dry them shits out and shit. Man,
She got one on the porch right now. I
a
don't know.
word? Oh, it's about to get wet.
It's decent too.
That part is like Roach City.
Yeah, nah, fuck
I
that,
like that,
nigga.
though. I like how you put that though.
Yeah, but it's like an addiction. I think love is an addiction, and it goes through stages where you have plenty and you don't have any.
So it's phases.
You
It's
love it.
phases. It's phases.
Yeah, absolutely. And well,
Love
any,
is an
any
addiction, yeah.
relationship is a phase.
Right.
Like when I studied, when I was in school, I studied communications, and they taught you the different phases
Come on,
of
come in.
communication with people and things. That's like 7 stages or some shit like that. I think that's with any relationship, any friendship outside of it.
That's real.
Yeah, but you know this crazy shit. I drive Uber. Everybody know that. So that's the thing. This guy told me, dead ass. This guy, he was like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck if a bitch got kids. I'll play stepdaddy. The fuck." I said, ain't no difference between a stepdaddy and the uncle. We both gotta fight the daddy. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the mentality of men has really changed. They don't give a fuck about being side niggas. They like that shit.
Most
Yes.
dudes don't care. Most
Side-
dudes don't care about that.
Yeah,
Told
that's
you.
some crazy
Yo,
shit.
most dudes don't care about that.
You didn't want to be no
Even
side
back in the
nigga
day, dudes didn't care about
Niggas
that.
did not
What do you
care.
mean?
No, listen, nobody. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, back in the day, it was a little different. Back in the day, it was more about taking the girl. But nowadays,
you
like you
the
don't want the,
new
you don't
nigga.
even want the responsibility
Yeah.
of the
The new
bitch.
nigga is
I
gonna
just
play
want the
with
pussy.
different.
So for me,
Exactly.
being a side nigga, the best proposition. My fault.
That's okay.
If I ever get divorced, I'm gonna be a side nigga the rest of my life because ultimately, why wouldn't you? You get pussy without the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell a chick that nigga you cheating with, he don't want the responsibility of you and your kids. He just want to fuck. And he has no problem being
'Cause,
your
yo,
side
'cause you know
nigga
what happens?
as long as you with your
Yo,
husband. The
yo,
second you
yo,
like,
yo.
all right, I left my husband. That nigga like, whoo,
Yo, because you know what happens? Soon she tells the side nigga, I'm leaving my husband for you, he gonna back off like, oh, you gotta relax.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you might need to work this out with him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Work that
you know what I
out.
mean? Go to, I pay for the first
This ain't what you want,
you know
bitch.
You know what I'm saying? I pay for all that. Like,
Some side niggas want to be the main nigga. Some
Nah,
side niggas
I
get,
don't-
first of all,
I
men
don't
are
agree with
very
that.
emotional.
He a simp.
And
Those
I
are
don't fuck what they
simps.
say, what they say.
Sides, about saying
Men are
both
so
sides.
emotional. Like, you know how hard it is to cut off a side nigga? The fuck? Niggas
Oh
is
my
like,
God, extra fat going to steal.
I think any
I don't
nigga.
care, boo. Why you don't want me no?
I think any
You can do what you want.
Do what you want, bitch.
any nigga that is anxious
there.
to take care of another man's kids is a fuck nigga.
But that's the thing.
Period. If you're anxious, like you said, I don't mind being a stepdaddy.
Yeah,
You're a fuck
type
nigga.
shit. I'm stepdaddy.
You are
material, the
anxious to
fuck?
take care of another nigga kids. Not saying, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that he was looking forward to being a stepdaddy makes you a fuck nigga to me. That's a fuck nigga.
think so.
You don't want your own. Like you a fuck nigga if you don't want your own to me. I don't know. That,
That
to
was
me.
one of the questions I asked.
To
I
me,
was
it's
like,
like
you
you
don't
a
want
little slimy nigga. You want to be one of them little slimy niggas. Like if you fall in love with it, you could happen to have kids. That's one thing. But the fact that you looking forward to it, you
Well,
are
I
a
think,
slimy
you know what it
nigga
is?
to
I
me.
think that when it depends on the state of mind, a state of age that you're dating. Because I think when realistically, once you start getting into your 30s, the realistic idea of dating a woman who doesn't have children already is
It's
slim
rare.
to none.
It's rare.
To none. So I think that they kind of just accept that role. Like, all right, if I date a woman, the odds are she will have a child. I'll be
Or
stepdaddy.
three.
I think if you did the, I think if no,
Three.
I think if you did the math on it, most guys in their 30s date women in their 20s. And most women in their 20s, you can find women in their 20s who ain't got kids.
Okay, but okay.
I
if
think
a guy
40s is when it
40s
changes.
Okay,
40s is a little bit
40s,
tougher because
you
you
know what?
40s, you dating a woman in their 30s, and it's tougher then.
Okay, but you're still dating a woman.
Or you could be
who-
40.
I'm defending 30s because I'm 35 and I'm still young, fly, and all that. So don't get me twisted. I can still listen. Hey,
You know how old you are in dog years?
yo, that's funny.
No, but I think so. I think that they become comfortable with the role. Like at that point, if you have 30 or something or 40, chances are of you having your own child is
Nah, that's
probably
real.
slim to none at that point because you already been shooting up the club, nigga. Just ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
That's
So,
real too.
Yeah, so that's a real thing. So I think it's okay, and I think there's a need for people and guys that would accept that role as stepfather.
If you find a chick in her
There's single women out there
30s,
that need that type of nigga. The
you
fuck?
find a chick in her 30s that don't have no kids, she got bad pussy. Going out on a limb and saying it. It
Or
means it
can't
never got
have-
too good
Can't
for too
have-
long.
She might can't have kids. You
That's
can't say
different.
that. Like,
one thing. But that's
I
rare
don't know.
too.
Good pussy make Sarah have a kid. The fuck? That's good
Ex-
pussy.
Sarah was 90 and popped one out.
Like, bitch, you got it. I see you working all these years. The fuck?
I see the way you working it at 90.
I see the
I'ma
way you
bless
twerk
you
that.
one.
I'm fucking with y'all.
Good
God.
pussy. Or pop out some
God make
fucking
miracles,
kids. You
the fuck?
bugging, my nigga.
Yeah.
Nah. It means it
I
never
don't
got
know.
too
I
good for
don't-
too
I don't
long.
know.
If you
Some
have a
people
kid,
can't
if you
have
can't
kids.
have a kid, you know something defective in there anyway.
You ain't
so
hitting
that's
that right
automatically-
angle.
Not saying bad pussy, but it's automatically
Exactly.
something-
You got more than two. That's some good pussy. I don't give a
My
fuck
mama
what
got
nobody
9
say,
kids.
man.
Cheers to
I'm,
that.
hey, am I
Fruit of the
dating-
tree. Fruit of the tree.
You know what? I don't think it runs in my line.
Cause like
You hear me? It
you-
runs in my line.
the babies
most
get made on
kids.
round 2, and you only want to do round 2 when it's good. Cause round 1 you always got a rubber. Everybody got at least a rubber.
No.
That's round
Yeah,
1. Round 2
Yeah, I ain't
is
gonna
when you
lie.
like fuck that rubber
fuck
shit,
that shit, yeah.
and that's when the babies get made on round 2, my nigga. And only
Round
good
two
pussy get a
almost
round 2.
count as like a second
Some people-
set of sex. Like
I mean-
you get to round 2, it's like fuck it, I'm a wifer.
Exactly.
Yo, wowzers.
Facts. Facts. That's my stance, and I'm sticking to
Because
it.
it's like almost
Can't
like,
nobody
I'll
prove
be
me
back.
wrong.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm back for this.
I'm back for that.
Can't nobody prove me wrong. Bitches back in the day used to have 10 kids, 13
Yeah.
kids. They had good pussy. You
My grandmother
bugging.
had 13 shots.
13.
Man, please.
No, actually, she had 23. I'm lying. Thank you. My girl, 23.
Yeah. Listen, man. What else we got? What else we got on the agenda, man?
Nah,
We been here. How long we been
gotta
here?
wait a long time.
We been here a little minute.
All
Right.
right.
JR,
Yeah.
how long we been here?
Diamonds.
Now. JR, you got a whole new outfit on.
Hour 30 shit. That's
Oh, you got
decent.
cold
Fuck.
shit? Yeah, we good.
Man, listen. What you got? You anything else you want to
No,
talk about,
we
man?
been
What
here
we
no
talking
hour
about?
30. We started recording officially.
Oh, we started recording like a whole 20 minutes before that, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we've been here.
We've been here a little minute. That's a whole fact.
We just started getting right.
I'm thinking,
I don't
like,
have
you know what I'm
to go.
saying? Like, I'm thinking.
No.
So what we talking about last week? What we talking about Monday? Oh, since y'all two females here, this is something I'm gonna ask both of y'all.
So he trying to get
Nah,
get
it's gonna be
everything.
short,
All right,
though.
go
It's
ahead,
gonna
dude.
be short. So, yo,
I'm
hold
trying to
on,
go.
hold on.
I got another engagement to go to.
It's gonna take 5
I'm trying to
minutes.
go see
So
what
do
else
you
we
think
got done.
OnlyFans pages are being a part of entrepreneurship, or you think it's a hustle?
It's a hustle.
Is it free? The fuck?
But
not
why can't a
charity.
hustle
It
be
is charity.
entrepreneurship?
I mean, it can be if you trying
You
to.
saying like a hustle and
always been a-
entrepreneurship ain't the same thing? What's the
Pussy always
difference?
always been a business. The fuck?
Nah,
Pussy the
I'm talking
oldest
about-
business there
Great.
is.
It's not an LLC, so
That's
that's how I look at it.
Why can't
It's
it
a
be?
hustle.
Porn.
I'm a drug dealer. I'm hustling. I ain't.
Porn.
You think drug dealing ain't business? You crazy as
It's a
hell.
hustle, man.
You're
whole
crazy.
business.
Until you
It's a
turn,
hustle unless you make it
until you turn into a
in a career
legitimate
that it-
business.
Are
You
you
watch
not?
the money.
No. See, this is.
I get it.
Shit.
You've been whitewashed.
Yeah, whitewashed because this is the shit.
You've
This
been
is the
whitewashed.
shit.
You can look at the definition of
This is shit
business.
right here,
It ain't got nothing to do with no license, nigga. You whitewashing. The white man told you that a business needed to have a license and this, that, and the third. They are locking niggas up, and what do they call them for running a criminal what? Organization, nigga. And they ain't had no business, but they still call them a criminal what?
Exactly.
Organization,
And I think the
nigga.
only
So don't get
difference
untwisted. It's just one the white man said was legal, and the other one they said wasn't, but it's still a
The only
business.
difference between porn and OnlyFans is that the bitch live next door. You don't want the bitch next door to get money? What's the difference?
Niggas is hating on bitches. I never understood
yeah,
that.
that's it. It's the bitch.
The
next
day
door.
when niggas start hating on women getting money.
Hold on.
Everybody
Let me.
can do it.
Let me.
That's
They
what
mad because they can't do it.
Yeah, that's what.
That's
is.
what it is.
My
Nah,
daddy
niggas
said
got it
that.
too. The fuck? That guys have OnlyFans?
Only 10% of men can have an OnlyFans because only 10% got up.
Nah.
And nobody want to see an average dick
No.
on OnlyFans.
Well, not all
There's a lot of guys
OnlyFans are
that
pages that
have
have nothing to do with
OnlyFans.
sex. So
There's a
like,
lot of guys that have OnlyFans. There's a lot of guys that have OnlyFans.
What they doing on their OnlyFans? They fucking.
I don't have OnlyFans, but they yeah, they're fucking.
All right.
I don't have. But I know
The
there's a
biggest
lot of
genre of
guys that
porn for black men is what? BBC. The first word in BBC is what? Big. So in order to fucking qualify to have this OnlyFans as a black man to get fans is you gotta have a big. And only 10% of men in the world got a big. So only 10% of men can qualify. But a woman could go get a fucking surgery and qualify. She don't even need a surgery. She just gotta know to suck some dick good.
That's the
Men can get
difference.
surgery now too, Papa.
That's the difference
Shout out to
between
Flex.
mainstream porn and OnlyFans. You can have a little dick and have OnlyFans. The fuck?
How many subscribers can you get? You fucking some bad bitches then.
How many customers?
I might if you got
Can
I
do
might
business?
if you
Yes,
fucking
can.
bad bitches maybe.
Listen, how much you bring in, how much demand is
You right.
is up to the business to satisfy the demand. The
Listen.
fact is that they have a business. Absolutely.
You absolutely right. And there was this one guy, pause, you might have to pause me.
Even without the business, somebody listen. The person on the corner, that's a fucking business. But she got hours and everything. Hours, cost, demand. Hello.
I mean, my thing
what
is a
does she
hustle.
do?
So you got Black China
Taxes?
supposed to be making like $6 million a month for her OnlyFans page.
OnlyFans? That's a
Yeah.
business.
I mean, yeah, you making that type of money, but
You think the IRS don't think that's a business? Because they gonna give her a fine. They gonna give her a bill,
you
just
got
like they
to
give
pay
me and
taxes.
you a bill for that business. Trust me.
Absolutely. you gotta
That's
pay
a
taxes.
business. A business is once you start making a certain amount, and then the IRS gonna treat you like a business regardless. And then they're gonna say, all right,
You
it's a
gotta pay-
business, is it legal or not? And that's that's where it comes in, whether it's
You
legal
have
or
to
not.
have a
OnlyFans
permit
is
to be
legal.
homeless.
So it's really a business.
In North Carolina, you have to have a permit to be homeless. The fuck? You can't beg without a permit. Did you know that?
It's a
They
business.
have to pay for a permit to beg. The fuck?
That's a business.
how you pay for a permit?
Them
to be
niggas who
homeless?
be asking
They
for
have to
money
pay
gotta
for
have
it.
a license
Yes.
to
You don't
ask
got
for
no
money.
To pay for a
Yes.
permit, how you gonna do that?
They got
Hey,
money.
that's not the law's business. The law's business is not to rationalize the law. But yeah, it's the law. Yeah, there's the actual permit for
Listen,
it.
man, OnlyFans is a business. Shout out to all of the bitches out there getting money on OnlyFans. Shout out to the niggas getting money on OnlyFans. In the pandemic, you got to get money any which motherfucking way you need to get money. And I ain't knocking nobody hustle because it's rough out here. And when you from the mud, you got to
Make
get
sure
it
y'all-
the
y'all
filthy
tune in
way,
next
however
time
you
to
get
let
it,
us
man.
know what's the freakiest shit you've seen on OnlyFans. 'Cause I think them diapers and shit be on OnlyFans.
You
I don't
in the
know.
diapers, huh?
Diapers is out of control. I see it, man.
Huggies.
That's funny.
You
as
need
hell.
Huggies out here.
Listen, man. Motherfucking Just Listen podcast, man. Shout out to Just Hustle Media Group. Shout out Venice Life Productions.
Yay.
Talk on the Ave, Avenue City Productions, man. Shout out to everybody involved with this production. We appreciate you. We
Shout
out
out
of
to
here, man.
Diamonds
Thank you for tuning
OnlyFans.
in.
No, I'm just kidding.
You got OnlyFans? Hey.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Bears
OnlyFans, what is it? You know
OnlyFans.
what I'm saying?
Shrimpinator. Shout out to the Shrimpinator.
Shout out to my nigga Bear. Subscribe to his OnlyFans. You already notified.